Welcome to HFD Podcast, the best podcast in the world. Come relax and shoot the breeze with the HFD lads.
Good evening to everyone, wherever you may be watching. How you going?
Hey,
are you here?
How you going?
Are you
I'm
with
here.
us? All right.
I'm here, man.
Don't worry about Chris for a second.
His Instagram.
So, he's just sorting out his Instagram thing. Before we get going, guys, if there's anyone in the chat can let us know how the audio is, everything. Let us know if there's any problems. Just let us know from the get-go. First off, how you going, big man?
Good, mate. I just want to say, before we get started,
Something you wanted to say in there?
like, share, subscribe. So if you haven't subscribed,
comment. There was
Make
something
sure-
else you wanted to say, wasn't there?
what was that?
You're wearing it on your chest, aren't you?
Oh, it's I forgot all about it. Remembrance Day today, guys. So remembering the soldiers and in the war that fought for us,
11th
for our
of
freedom.
November.
So 11th of the 11th.
It's actually mine and George's Yaya's birthday today.
Oh,
She was
there you
born
go.
11th of November 1922.
Yeah, it's a cool day. So, but
So,
it would have been a moment of silence at 11.
Yep.
11th
11
minute.
a.m.
Yeah, that's
so
I
right.
had it today, yep.
pretty cool. But yeah, guys, if you're in the chat and you're brand new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys hit that like button, guys, because it helps out with our algorithm. It will bring more
Oh
people.
my God,
in.
your alter ego reckons it sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
That's like Chris Christopoulos from the parallel world, like when Batman had his parallel.
Yeah, it's
Batman.
like that.
And in that world, he was like,
That's
he was a
right.
murderer and shit.
But guys, I want to introduce our guests. We got Gio. Gio's back. Welcome, Gio.
Thank
I
you
thought you were gonna introduce it the proper way, man.
How do you want to do it?
I thought you were gonna say we're talking about Star Wars, so we got George Lucas.
Oh, George Lucas. There you go.
We have
Well,
made that joke many
I
times.
want to be
Yeah.
more prestige, though, you know.
Yeah, true. All right.
But then we got the big man, the Twitch man,
The Twitch man
Lucas.
himself.
Hey guys. Good to
Lucas
see you all
Sock
again.
is here
Oh,
today,
yeah,
guys.
We can bring up every time we have Lucas on here. We got his thing up.
Lucas.
We'll bring it, and I did actually update it with his Twitch handle on top. So
Actually, it looks great.
Picture that I
Because
sent
There's
you.
no fading
last
there,
time
man.
Gio sent it to me, it was,
It was just a clip from my phone.
sorry. Man, what can I do?
Thank
So
you for having me back.
I did
Appreciate it
update
very
it.
much.
Yeah? Did you guys enjoy it last time?
Had a blast. It was
Had a
awesome.
blast?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, fun. So that's what the first thing we're leading into is the time we had you guys here last time. That's what we're going to talk about for a little bit here. We're going to bring that up on screen.
Okay.
Do a little bit of a crypto talk because
Well,
the last time we were here, we were talking about crypto, and
We talked
Gio
about
and Lucas were saying they had no idea what we're talking about.
No.
But from what I know is one of these individuals has started his crypto journey.
It's a long road ahead.
It's a long road.
Yeah, I've just been. I don't know. I just got intrigued from all the talk, and then did a bunch of research myself, and
yeah.
just bought a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I've just been
intrigued.
researching. I've just been checking things every day and just
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
seeing.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
did,
obviously not even scratching the surface. It's like just on another level
you
still.
did
but
and you
yeah.
did watch last week's when we had Chris's sister on, didn't you? And
Yes,
she knows her stuff.
Cryptopolis, yes.
Christopoulos, Miss Cryptopolis.
I feel bad.
She knows her stuff, eh?
Yeah, no, that was
Tell her I'm
cool
sorry.
because I watched that one live, and then after, because that's what initially intrigued me more after I was being on here, and then I went back after doing research and stuff, and then we rewatched the segment to kind of see what you guys were all talking about,
Yeah.
and it kind of.
Well, that was what I was.
sense,
I was saying that last week. Remember, to you, I was like, "There's things you're going to be saying that people have no idea what you're talking about." Like,
No.
do you know what I mean? But people are sometimes too scared to admit they don't know what you're talking about when it comes to
true.
crypto. That you're like talking whatever market caps, all these words, and people sit there. They don't want to say, "I don't know what you're talking about." But you know what I mean? Like, you got to ask questions, don't you?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. Look, I'm still learning. So, like,
I can
I was
imagine
at
it's
about 10 months ago. I was probably where you're at now. So,
Bill reckons Shiba Coin's looking good for him at the moment, man.
is it?
Shiba Coin.
But yeah, I was at your level, 10 months ago, and you just got to keep researching and just following the right people that talk properly about it. You know what I mean? And yeah, at the moment, guys, I'll just do a quick update on the crypto.
Do it.
That's why we're doing crypto.
We've had a bit of a dip. I don't know if you guys have seen, but lately we've had a bit of a dip. Now, to me, I've been researching it and been watching a bit of Crypto Banter, one of the best YouTube channels about crypto going around. And yeah, it's definitely been manipulated, they reckon. It looks like it.
Is that going to be a conspiracy on the road?
Well, it could be. There's no. You can never really find out. But like, if you look at the charts going back to 2017, and the same to the day, it's identical. And when you have something like that, that looks identical, it's been manipulated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the elite can manipulate it with
Yeah.
They can do it. So and plus there's a company in China that's about to go bankrupt, like a massive company, and that's
Do they sell,
setting a lot of
vaccines or?
I don't know. I can't remember what they do, but there are. They might. I don't know. If they sold vaccines, they'll be rich, very rich. They wouldn't be going into bankruptcy.
Yeah. Hey, Bill touched on exactly what we touched on last week. He said loves a good meme currency. And remember what we said, like a meme coin. We were saying it with your sister last week. What's the most popular thing on the internet? Memes. So a meme coin is going to be popular, isn't it?
Oh, of course. Well, like Safe Moon and...
I've actually been looking into these fucking NFTs.
Oh, they're the best. We want to make this top an NFT because you can never get these tops again. And so we want to take a photo of it.
Yeah.
And then burn them and make an NFT.
Well, I think I touched on it like the other week as well. There's a new game that they're releasing, and like all the gear that's going to be sold,
it's the best.
Like and earned through the game is going to be NFTs.
Yeah.
Is this game is like Second Life, but like NFT Second Life?
No, it's going to be an MMO.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like.
Yeah, like I actually got a few gaming coins. I got
Axie Infinity.
Yeah, Illuvium.
Yeah.
Have you seen Illuvium? It looks amazing.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Axie Infinity?
Axie Infinity.
No. Anyone? Twitch people know Axie
that's
Infinity
the one.
is?
That's one of the ones that have gone crazy. Like,
so Axie Infinity are like these little Pokemon things.
Oh.
Like the little Axie.
Yeah.
And like one of one of them sold for like $4 million.
You know what we always forget to do? Always forget to say
financial advisor.
We're not financial advisors, guys. So please, whatever we tell you, we're not financial advisors.
Oh, but you
got to do it.
We're just a bunch of mugs, man.
A bunch of mugs.
But you got to do it the lame way, man.
What's
you got to get that grin like that guy. Hi guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy sitting in his room.
You tell Johnny.
Well, anyway, we're not financial advisors.
you tell Johnny G to go get.
John G.
Johnny G.
That is the American Pie dude, man. We got him to fill in because a bloke with the same name as yours didn't rock out.
This was the joke when the movie came out, dude. Because I had, my hair was a little bit different. I looked exactly like it.
Listen, we had to get a celebrity in because Johnny G didn't rock out.
Yeah. We had to get a celebrity.
Jimmy T didn't rock out.
This was the joke for many years. And then Manicharian came along.
He is Manicharian. If you ever want to search a soft player Manicharian,
get Manicharian.
So,
but yeah, guys, awesome that you're into crypto. Really, and if you have any questions or anything like that,
so
hit us up, man.
If you don't mind saying it, like we've said a bit about our portfolio, isn't it? What's the coin you bought?
I've bought Veracity.
So VRA.
Yep. And you're staking that one?
Yes.
Staking.
25.55%.
25.55 till March.
That's amazing. You can't get that anyway.
I'm just going to leave it there till then.
Yeah,
and just kind of see
what happens.
Apparently, I know John might comment in there. John has said he thinks there's a chance that it might continue the staking.
Refresh
I know
my
he's
memory.
said that a few times.
Yeah, well, my sister...
Refresh my memory.
Yeah.
Staking is...
Staking is like you earn it as like an interest account.
It's like an interest account, yeah.
So
but actually, it's like you're mining the...
Do you have the option to touch it if you want?
You can take it out
You
whenever
can
you want.
it's a
It's
three-day
a
wait.
3-day wait to take it
To
out.
stop people from... And there's a fee to take it out.
Yeah, stop people
Yeah.
fucking with the market.
Yeah, that's right. But the only problem is you can't sell it. So say you think it's going to drop, you got to wait 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's the only
That's the downfall of staking.
That's the catch.
It's
You know what I
not.
mean?
It's not in your. It's not in a wallet. It's in.
So like if it goes down, you won't have time to take it out.
You need 3 days to...
Correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, not every staking platform's like that. Cardano has got the Yuri wallet, and you can take it out pretty much straight away.
You know, every time I try to get a actual proper answer out of Johnny G,
Yeah.
you can't.
No. What? What's he saying?
No, we asked him a question about the staking things, and he's John, man.
No, don't worry about it. He doesn't know. We know more than John.
He's next level. I don't know him. He's next level. He's a guy. He's a crazy guy.
He's a crazy guy. But no, we're
Johnny would be doing a plank right now, Chris. I bet John's longest plank is about 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Did you tell him I rocked up to your work the other day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy. I was working. He's rocked up. I can't actually say where the work is because I'm not.
No, you can't. But like, you got to put your license up to like let security buzz you in. So I put my license up here, and he goes, George.
That was the day after the podcast, wasn't it? Was that the day after?
No, about 2 days after.
He goes, GP, is that you?
I go, Gio.
Is that fucking... Is that Chris?
Alright.
Did you recognise my voice straight away?
Alright, so we said we were just going to touch on crypto for a little bit tonight because Lucas has obviously started his crypto journey. But we do plan to do a lot more crypto shows, don't we?
We do.
Because even hearing it from Lucas, people that you were interested watching.
Yeah, I was
it,
intrigued.
So
my sister, Miss Cryptopolis, she's going to do like
we're gonna
do a weekly update. She didn't do one this week, but hopefully next week.
You know, like how when they're in the AFL they cross over to sports bet, and that
Yeah.
we want to get like a minute. We want to get a minute
that.
for Tanisha. We're just gonna bring it up, and she's going, "Yeah, this is the tip of the week," and then.
But yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
That'd be cool.
but one final comment on crypto. Yeah, it's about to go crazy in the next few months.
Alright, so
Define crazy quickly. 'cause
Like crazy, you've never seen anything like it.
okay, not like that.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got some money to invest right now,
I wouldn't invest.
one coin.
Oh, one coin.
One coin. What do they get?
I'll get Solana.
Solana. All right, you heard
But-
it here first, guys.
But I wouldn't buy it right now.
There's no
Just-
buts when you give one coin.
Hey, he's not.
See, that's one I've been looking at too.
No, he
and like
just.
just seeing
Solana's a
the
beast.
patterns of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just wait for because everything's down at the moment, and
Yeah.
just don't know where it's going to
Yeah, I
go
know,
Yeah.
with this FUD. So
But you did say you're not a financial advisor.
I'm not a financial advisor, so if you want to go buy some, just don't sell your house.
How come when you first told me you were a financial advisor
I was, yeah.
back in the day?
All right.
All right, guys. So before we get on to our next topic, Lucas's partner. Do we give her a name from the chat?
Hooks versus.
Hooks Versus has given this candy. You can't really see it because it's going in with the green screen. It's Butterfinger. It's an American candy.
Butterfinger.
Yeah, and she's given it to Lucas
Wow,
and said,
okay.
She said to Lucas, come in. I'll imitate Lucas when he come in. He goes, listen, guys, my missus gave us this candy. Said there's no pressure for us to try it. And
Did you
we're
say
like,
missus?
well, I'll do it, man. He didn't say me. He said my partner, whatever.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we'll do it, man. So we're going to cut this into fours and give it a potato rating, aren't we?
I just
Wait,
don't
what
know
does it say? Wait,
I'll read it out.
butter-
Crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery. Butterfinger. So let's open it
If I
up.
remember it correctly, it's pretty good.
Let's open it up.
So you
Take-
can only
take
buy
the
this.
quarter, man.
You can only buy this in America.
Oh my god.
I took like half, man.
It's not a challenge.
It's not a challenge.
Yeah. There's another piece there.
That's all good.
Fucking taste.
Oh.
It smells like a Snickers.
And it smells like a Reese's.
All right, so
Or a
cheers.
Reese's.
Gotta give a cheers.
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 guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, so
It's like a ASMR.
You know, it was a lot more crispier than I thought it was. It looked like softer when we broke it.
I like it. No. You have it.
Smashed. So
yeah,
what's the...
well, you could have came, Johnny G.
I don't know. What do you reckon?
What's
We'll
the
let the big
highest?
man go first, man.
What's the highest rating? A 10, is it? 10
10
potatoes.
I like it. It's sort of
Nothing
like
has had a 10 potatoes yet. We're just putting it out there. So.
It's sort of like it's got that Snickers flavour to it.
It does, eh? It's
but
like a.
It's got that, like Reese, the Reese,
Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
like that. It's pretty good. It's not too like.
I don't mind it, eh?
I don't mind. I
tell you
don't mind
what,
it.
if you
Like,
like
it's
Snickers-
crunchy as well, bit of crunch. I like it. So
Wait,
I reckon.
it is crunchy,
I reckon
crispy peanut butter.
That's right. I reckon a solid 8.0 potatoes.
It's good. I like it. All right,
Okay.
Gio, your first ever potato
nice.
rating.
Well, look.
Bear in mind, we have invited George for many potato ratings. Doesn't rock up. So.
Yeah, I live 2 doors down.
First potato rating.
I'm going to say it's if you do like peanuts, you're going to like it. I do like peanuts. Like I said, it was a little bit more crispier than what I thought. I thought it was going to be a bit like chewier, like a bit nougatier. I'm going to
You had this
go
before?
7.5.
Long time ago.
7.5.
Potatoes?
7.5. Yeah, just like I would have gone an 8, but I think the look of it, like when I broke it, threw me off. So I dropped it 5, dropped it 0.5. Only for the look, the aesthetic.
Tell you what, man, he thinks
He
it's
goes
reviews,
through.
too.
He goes through everything. Just
He does.
look.
He thinks them through.
Everything.
For me, I would say a solid 7.
Solid 7
A
potatoes.
solid 7. It's not a bad thing.
No.
7
Seven's
is
good.
a-
man.
Seven's
oh,
good,
it's
man. 7's a good rating.
Good.
What did you say?
I,
8.
I said 8.
I like
Look,
it.
7.5 is good
I'm
enough
a-
to eat off the table.
I'm a big fan of peanut butter
Yeah, I
flavour
love
stuff.
peanut butter.
So am I. Yeah.
But yeah, same thing with the tech. It kind of was like, you know, Violet Crumbles have that. You know, it's like a bit shavy.
That's what it's like
It's
inside.
like that,
isn't it?
isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's kind of like that
It is
mixed
like
with the
that.
Reese's and Snickers. It's
Yeah.
really interesting, but I like it. So 7 for me.
I agree. It's really nice. If you like Snickers,
Yeah.
you'll like it
I like
as a one-off. Listen, I don't think there's many chocolate bars that are better than Snickers, to be honest. But
You're not much of a chocolate guy, though.
not huge. But like I like Snickers are amazing, but I agree. I reckon 7.8 potatoes, which is
7.8?
very good.
Yeah, for
It's
you.
not as good as that Mars bar, that raspberry one.
You did a raspberry Mars bar.
That was next level.
7. Dobster reckons 7. Mate,
7.
that's a sleeping on the couch for a week number there.
Nah, because there's others that are just heaps so much better.
But no, that was good.
Yeah.
I like. You know what I love?
Not bad, right, Dom? Right.
Do you love the baby Ruths?
Baby Ruths are good.
That's what
Is
I
that
got.
like named after Babe Ruth?
Dude, that's from
Yeah.
the Goonies.
It's from the Goonies. That's why. I used to buy baby.
That's the best.
Goonies is the best movie.
Mark Aruba.
Isn't it just?
It is. It's one of the best movies. It's fantastic.
It's good, but it's no s'mores bar, Bill Thessium reckons.
S'mores.
Ooh.
That sounds like
S'mores
it,
bar. That
We're
means
gonna-
if you like marshmallows, I'm sure you
Isn't
love a
s'mores like you get the things and you put
S'mores
it into
are
the marshmallow?
Yeah.
I think
Or when you cook them on a bonfire.
I think you've literally committed now. Hooks is going to have to, every time we do the podcast.
Well, she's got her little
Because
There you go.
just a brief background, like Lucas's partner, she moved here from America.
Hey, man, don't
Yeah,
give it
yeah,
away.
yeah.
We're talking Twitch next. Man.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Yeah, give away the segment. So yeah, she's always on the lookout for like American candy and stuff in Australia, so she can, you know.
That's the best.
So we've heard it. You've heard it here first. Apparently, whenever Lucas is coming, he's bringing something American.
I'm
for us to try.
excited. I am excited.
There you go.
But hey, before we go into the Twitch thing, I'm a bit upset, guys.
Okay.
I'm a bit upset about something.
Upset about what?
Well, you know,
Cool.
we launched our new merchandise, and these guys not even wearing our merchandise.
Oh no, they're not.
Like, what is going on?
So guys,
I'm upset.
before we continue any further,
I need a badge.
if you check in the description of any of our videos now, you can see a link to our merch.
Fitted hats?
It's got
It's
so
got
much in
aprons?
there. At the moment, we've got our one design, which is this minus the Hunky Food Dudes because we've changed just the HFD.
Yeah.
Me and Chris and the boys are working on
More stuff.
lots of designs that we want to put up.
Apparently-
John, from last night, I think John's favourite is You Name It. He's
Yeah.
like upset. He loves it. So
Apparently, the Jazzman bought an apron.
the Jazzman bought an apron. So
Jazzman.
yeah, little Jazzman. So
Jazzman, yeah. So we're pretty
so
pretty pumped with that. But yeah, guys, have a look at it.
It supports us, please.
It's in the description. It's in the description down below, guys. The
Yeah.
link. So make sure you check it out.
Along with the likes, the shares, the subscribes.
Yes. So check out
out
that
our merch.
check
It's
out
what we
the merch.
do.
The
All right.
Butterfingers.
All right,
But
so
yeah, guys, I expect you guys to be in HFD.
we'll get
merch
them.
next.
We've got to get some merch, don't we? We've got to get to see the merch.
We'll get some.
All right, guys.
All right.
Let's
So
continue.
the first topic we're going to be talking about tonight is because last time we had Lucas here and George, because he used to do it too. Gio, that bloke. We sat here talking about wrestling for the whole night, but we did. That was our topic. But
It was good. It was good.
as people that watch know, if you don't know, Lucas has how many followers on Twitch? 7 point.
Just over 7.
Yeah, so just over 7,000 followers on Twitch. So he, is into the Twitch, and George used to be in it too. He's done a lot of streams with Lucas, so we just wanted to.
I streamed for myself for about
Yeah,
a year.
yeah.
It didn't really kick
know?
off or anything, but it was always
But it's
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
we just going to talk a bit about Twitch just for the next segment of the show, and so we're going to be asking Lucas questions because it sort of fits into us, like starting being a content creator.
BRA is partnering up with Twitch.
I reckon John's lying.
Because VRO.
The coin that he
Coin
bought.
that he
course.
bought.
Well, that's part of their thing.
Yeah,
It's one
they're
of the-
gaming. They're a
yeah.
gaming.
Hey,
players.
what's
Yeah.
the next one? Me and Chris are in the process of making that shirt, Hooks. There is a 1-800 Where's Jimmy Top coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It's
Do
coming.
not worry. Do not worry.
All right. So the question I'm going to ask you, right? Is it
Yes.
worth getting into Twitch right now?
What's it worth to you, though?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Like, it depends what
Oh.
you want out of it.
oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
just, he,
So,
That was Roger Federer backhand.
he
So
did like a reverse Uno.
basically, it depends what you want out of it. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just want it... I would say, of course, try it. Give it a go. But it just depends on... Do you want it for the HFD channel?
Well, yeah, we want
As a
we
whole?
want to do it like as
Are you
just a
talking
fun-
about for us or are you talking about in
Oh, just
general?
in general, I
for
guess.
anyone.
just for anyone? Like, if anyone wants to, for anyone in the chat wants to make a Twitch channel, is it worth it doing?
Yeah.
If they want, say they want to make a business out of it, like something like.
No,
if they,
I wouldn't recommend it then.
No,
No.
no.
There's a lot... Yeah.
You got to get into it for.
For the-
Basically, the guys that are living off of that are the guys that were there at the very start.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
unfortunately, Twitch, which is still very old school, takes a 50-50 cut of everything.
oh,
like
does
everything.
it? Okay.
So
Yeah.
whereas,
YouTube.
YouTube is different. and basically a lot of external sources, like when you get donations, that you're all doing is paying like a small transaction fee and a PayPal fee, and that's it.
Yeah.
Whereas any subscriptions that go straight through Twitch, any like the bits, which is like an in currency that you can use, all that kind of stuff, it's 50-50. So you need to be like ludicrously big to be able to sustain, as if that's your sole income kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's highly advised, if you can, to diversify your income.
So how long you been doing Twitch?
I started at the start of 2015.
So almost gone 7 years.
Yeah, but I've only been doing it like properly for maybe 2/3 of that time.
So the question that I'll say, that's the question I'm leading into. In hindsight, if you were, say, starting over again, would you have like focused on YouTube instead of Twitch or something?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'll probably...
Like, would you have streamed on YouTube instead of Twitch, is what I mean?
Yeah, I'd just try them both, because at the moment there's nothing, there'd be nothing to lose kind of thing.
Yeah.
And even now for myself, I'm kind of maybe considering to try and do something on YouTube with streams, because YouTube is currently kind of giving it to Twitch a bit, because Twitch is really just not pulling the game, essentially.
Well, when you're taking 50% of everything, that's not really looking after your content creators, is it?
And ever
That's
since,
a blunt way of putting it. It's not really looking after your content creators, is it?
50% is pretty...
And there's some partners that, you know, can negotiate those terms, but they're all the real massive ones.
Okay.
So,
like your million subscribers.
yeah, so you're not going to get that from even the guy that has a few thousand viewers each week kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I would give YouTube a go as well, because they're currently... There's a lot of people shifting to YouTube because of... Ever since Amazon's bought Twitch out, there's been lots of issues. There's been good things that's happened, of course, but there's also been lots of shitty things. And
Amazon, that's that guy that shot the rocket to the sky that looked like a big
penis.
I didn't know that Amazon had bought Twitch.
Yeah, it was a few years ago now.
Was that a big transition?
Bill,
not initially. No. You couldn't tell from the outset, but then they started introducing
Bill
in the months after.
Thessium has said, for you guys, I think you could do restream and stream on YouTube and Twitch to expand your audience. I wouldn't recommend starting on Twitch only. And to answer that, Bill, our main focus is YouTube.
Ours is, yeah.
That's us personally.
Well, we might actually stream on YouTube, like, because we love our gaming.
We might, instead of streaming our gaming, if we do something, we might start streaming on, because we've already got a following on YouTube. You know, like you were saying, like, why start from scratch when you've already got a following somewhere?
And you never know, like, because until you do it and you do it consecutively for a while, you don't have the answer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So is it the same with YouTube? You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
Like, you have to be like every week.
Yeah, so it depends.
So can you comment on that? What Bill's just said?
Yeah. So the advertisement. What is it, Bill? Exactly? Do you know the
advert revenue is a joke? He's saying. So
yeah, it's stuff all. It's stuff all.
But you're just going to be consistent.
Definitely consistency, because it depends how you want to go about it. If you're someone, because there's lots of people on there that just stream once a month, once every 2 months. They don't care about how many people come through their stream. They just do it just for the enjoyment of going live.
Yeah.
You know, if 2 people rock up, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it. But if you're someone that wants to try and build upon something, you need to
start building a community.
Yeah, you need to stream consistently and have some kind of schedule. Mm-hmm. I know there's people that say, you know, you don't need a schedule, blah blah. But I think, especially now, because there's so many people streaming, and there's so much more out there. Whereas when I started, there was a lot less people streaming. There was a lot less games coming out infrequently, because now there's games every 2 weeks coming out. Everyone jumps on board here and there.
I mean, at the moment, there's just a new MMO coming out every week. So.
That's what I mean. Like, it's
crazy. And now with NFT games in the market, like it's going to go crazier.
So
does it matter what game you play, or
I don't?
Yes,
it does. So it does matter,
because for example, if you go on Twitch to try and expand or grow or whatever, and you're going to stream League of Legends every day, you're not going to get discovered. You're going to be like 10,000 pages down the list.
Right.
Same with like what's huge on Twitch. Anyway, the top 10 games.
COD, COD and that.
Call of Duties, Counter Strikes.
How about Fortnite?
Fortnite, like all those, Apex, all those huge games where there's just thousands of streamers. Hot tub. So
hey Jimmy, how you going, man?
Hey,
we found him.
1-800. Someone must have called the number.
I think Bill rang the number. I'm sure.
He must have.
He rang the number.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the thing with Twitch, if you like, what's worked for me, and I think it's still relevant for the most part, is you need some kind of schedule, and because that way when people start to discover you, they can know when you'll be on.
Just straight away, 1-800. Yeah, New World. Hey, I'm playing New World at the moment.
So a schedule, consistency.
Yeah.
You know, but the biggest thing for me, I found it on a random Reddit thread when I was doing research before I started streaming, and it's always stuck with me. And it's kind of been like my motto for myself, and it's worked. You know, for the times I have been consistent and everything. There's this guy that wrote on a thread and gave advice to someone else. Is give people a reason to chat in your chat.
Yeah.
And give reason for people to stay.
Yeah.
And I just have thought of those two things all the time. It's not easy because like when you're there, you know, for 4 hour stream,
and you're focusing on a game too.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
And you're always trying to talk. You're always trying to engage because I always highly prioritize talking to the chat. So a lot of times I'll just
Rocket League.
The background game will just be going, and I'll just be just talking.
Yeah.
Do you know how many hours Lucas has in Rocket League?
League's killer, man.
Ask him how many hours he's got in Rocket League.
I don't even know. 400, 300.
Ask him how good he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is Rocket League what?
The cars.
Is Rocket League what?
Little Andrea
AP
plays.
plays?
Andrea is a beast at it.
Yeah, 'cause every time I come here,
he's
he's
a
really good playing Rocket
Soccer
League.
with the cars.
Yeah.
So that's been like kind of like my motto. So when I was doing it regularly all the time, and that would be my thing. And in my head, I'd always be thinking, you know, just give people a reason to talk, give people a reason to stay and watch.
Well, you know what? I always use this like motto. Like I always say it to like people always ask me about soccer, right? Like, oh, you keep playing soccer, you do this, and I always say, listen, if you got to make sure you're having fun.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
that's
the
my
minute,
next
and I
thing.
always use this, and I always bring things back to soccer because it's something I've been done. But like, I always say to people, the minute you stop having fun and it's a chore, retire.
Yeah.
So if you're not having fun and it's a chore streaming or something, you know something's wrong. That's the way, and I think that just goes in life or something. That's like
100%.
You know,
Happened with me with Hunky Food Dudes. I don't know if you remember listening to
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I remember you
show the
saying.
badge,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, like I was in a bad place, like with Hunky Food Dudes. I was enjoying it,
Yeah,
and I
not
just
enjoying
left
it.
I just left it because I wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah.
But then, like, I started to grab my passion again.
Yeah.
But as long as you can find that passion,
That's the thing,
that keeps you going.
That's what's going to be my next point. Is at the bottom, at the end of the day, you need to have fun doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
'Cause-
So
Yeah.
Dobster says, well, Sot's point is true. So the only reason I originally followed Lucas was I was channel surfing. He was the only streamer who acknowledged the new name in the chat, and he'd always ask questions. So you interacted with your guests.
I can vouch for that as well, because we've done many dual streams. Like we'll do like celebration streams here and there when he reaches followers and do giveaways and all that. And we always have a fucking laugh. Like we've done like 12.
But that's like with us with this. Like last night, me, John, and Chris we shot an episode. For example, we shot an episode last night that's going to come out.
Yeah.
And
it was good fun.
there was about 2 minutes where I was legitimately I was crying.
Yeah. Well,
John did something that made me cry.
Oh, God.
Like I was laughing so hard.
There's this thing that I do in his chat, and it's become sort of synonymous. And like, even when he's there, and I'll just be chatting or whatever, and then a new person will come in and we'll start welcoming or whatever. And if they subscribe or follow, be like, "Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. By the way, he's Sot. I'm not. I'm Gio. I'm just a guest." And it's something that we've done, like for years now.
Who
Yeah.
thought of that
That's
lame
awesome.
joke? You or him?
Me.
It was definitely him.
That's awesome.
He's
I
Sot.
didn't
I'm
even need
not.
to
But,
ask
and it's just something that every time someone follows, we just do it.
George is
Wow.
George is like the guy that thinks it's funny when he goes, two guys walked into a bar. Don't you think one of them would have seen it?
Couldn't.
George would like crack up laughing.
Couldn't. I always think my jokes are funny, and you know that. my jokes are hilarious.
But even like, if I'll just quickly say now, like right now with my streams, my last 3 streams I haven't put a webcam on because I just haven't been feeling
So just
it.
the game.
But I've just got the habit of wanting just to still talk to people.
Yeah.
And like things are quieter now too, so the people that do come in, it just makes you more appreciative of that. So at the moment, the last 3 streams I've just chilled, just light off, feet up, and just sit there playing and just talking.
Well, that was like why we started this, because we loved talking to people.
Yeah.
Like people were saying to us, "Oh, you interact so well with people," and we just,
we don't like
you know.
talking.
So
But that's at the end of the day, you need to have fun doing what you're doing, depending on what you want out of it. But as soon as it becomes a chore, then people can see right through it too.
Oh, of course they can. People can tell. You know, they
If
always
you're
say
just
it's like
doing it,
even
they can,
in
man.
Hollywood they say like it doesn't take a good actor to see a bad actor. So if you're acting, it's what I mean.
So moving forward, like with your streaming, are you gonna like leave Twitch and go to YouTube, or have you got a different plan that you
I'm probably-
Do the Hungster does
decided
the
yet.
does the HFD team?
I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry.
The HFD team, I think, needs a special guest on the just in the background.
We do.
We'll just stand there in the background. Just,
No, at the moment, what I'm thinking of doing, which is going to be news to everyone now, is
Hey.
Wait a minute.
Exclusive.
You're the first on HFD
Exclusive.
it's not that
we
crazy.
always get the exclusive interviews. Just call me Clark.
I'm just like I said before, I'm probably going to experiment with YouTube a little bit and
Yeah.
just see, because the thing with you, like, because Twitch has I don't know if you know how it works. It's got a directory. So if the way to be discovered on Twitch, apart from being randomly recommended on the algorithm, is if you want to watch Counter-Strike streams, you click into that directory. And I think now by default it sorts it by recommended, but it used to sort it by highest views to lowest views. So the only way you really get discovered is if, something's appealing about your title or your thumbnail, or that you're near the top of the list kind of thing. And that's when I used to first stream. There wasn't as many people streaming. So because I streamed Skyrim a lot when I first started, because it was just like a cult following that just people would still just enjoy watching it. But YouTube, on the other hand, doesn't have a directory. It's all by an algorithm. And I'm curious to see how that works. And I don't know what you like, because I've heard obviously YouTube has I don't know what the stat is. It's either it's a shitload more viewers than what Twitch has. It's like 20 times the amount of something ridiculous.
Well,
so that might compensate for not having a directory, and I just want to see how it's like for someone that's at the bottom, essentially. I don't know.
Well, I follow this guy on Twitch. I don't know if anyone's heard of him. He plays DayZ and Rust, Stimpy.
Okay.
And he puts his videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And this guy's the funniest
bloke.
dude. His DayZ things. He did this DayZ one where he had the car in DayZ. Have you played DayZ? You played it. You know you can get the car. He got the car and he went around. He was giving people rides. And he was live on Twitch and he was going, "Hey guys, did you hear the stories about that guy offering people lifts and then taking them into the woods and murdering them?" And then this guy was like, "Oh yeah," and he takes him out and just kills him. And then he does it again, and this guy remembers him. He's like, "Hey, it's you, fuck you," and he's like, "Oh, hey man." And his videos, and he puts his videos on YouTube. He gets all the best bits.
Yeah.
And I saw he got a $10,000 tip on Twitch once, right?
Yeah.
But he puts his videos on YouTube and they're hilarious.
Yeah.
So he uses YouTube.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Definitely for his benefit.
He edits down all of his Twitch videos.
See, Stimpy, Stimpy is his videos. The way he puts them on YouTube are next level hilarious.
I've never seen it.
It's because he plays this game DayZ that we played.
yeah.
Me and John were playing it, and the videos, because he just comes across some weirdos, man.
We got someone spamming.
You know, man.
Is that a bot?
Probably.
Webcam, bro. Go website and jerk off.
Yeah, it's probably a bot, but I reckon they will. YouTube does get rid of it.
It looks. If they're not, we can go in there and kick it, can't we?
I don't even know how to kick
mods
it.
to get rid of it?
We
should be able to do it.
we don't have any mods, man.
How do we get them
We're
on?
the mods.
We're the mods, man.
Can we get rid of it? I don't know how to get rid of it though.
We're all figuring it out together.
Click the 3 dots next to the name.
Yeah.
Maybe? No, just normal.
Oh
click.
yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Remove. There you go.
Yeah, but that's just one message.
Hide this user.
Hide this user. There you go.
Bang.
There you go. I've
There
never
you
seen
go.
that before. It's the first time I've
So,
that's good.
I've never
Sorry,
seen that before either. Sorry,
So,
guys.
sorry about that in the chat, and because we are in the first stages of our journey. You know, we don't have these moderators.
You can get bot. You can get your own bot.
Yeah, so it's gone now. Report we've removed it. So
Jess is on it.
yeah, Jess on it. Jess is our moderator. We'll make her moderator.
Oh, you know, Kiri's missus' name is Jess as well.
Yeah.
So
2 Jesses.
all right. So going on, we've talked a bit about Twitch.
Good luck with it, by the way.
But-
I hope
so-
it goes crazy. on
You're
YouTube
saying
now.
it's not going that well for you at the moment. That's what you're saying. But
But
there
the
is a huge big story to come out of your Twitch journey, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
And what
is.
was that? Do you want to? Or can we
Well,
elaborate? It's something to do with someone in the chat, isn't
Yeah,
it?
of course.
So it's Hooks versus,
Hooks versus.
or you can tell the story, man.
All right. Well, basically,
Well, basically.
at the end of the day, because on Twitch, no matter if I stop tomorrow or whatever, there's been friendships we've made on there.
Yeah.
That is it like you just wouldn't have. I at least didn't expect it at all when I first started to actually make friends on there.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to say before he answers this question, the community that Lucas has built in Twitch and the amount of people that we still stay in touch with, like be it over Discord or I've got friends on Facebook like that I met through Lucas's Twitch channel and all that. Like
Hey, Alien.
the
How you
actual
going, man?
the community that Lucas has built, everyone's champion. Everyone's legends.
Yeah, well, that's what you want. You want a good community. Like I know YouTube channels that I follow, like
Well, that's what we're trying to build.
We want a HFD community.
We want a HFD community. That's what we're trying to build.
And then, I'll pop into Discord some nights, and Lucas will be in there with 7 or 8 people, and they're all people that from his Twitch,
that's killer.
That he met through Twitch.
That's killer.
Yeah,
cool.
Anyway, sorry.
Keep going.
I just wanted to commend
made
the community.
the friendships on there. Then you've made just the general community, like George said.
Yeah.
Gio says.
George Lucas.
But at the end of the day, I've also made an everlasting relationship.
Yep.
With Hooks Versus, which we were just friends for a few months on there, and then we just ended up bonding over Dark Souls, which was something that we both were in common with. And then, cut a long story short, she moved here for a holiday to see if we could make things develop from America.
Yeah. Wow, okay. From America.
Yeah, so she came here for a month. Everything was great. Went back to the drawing board. It's like, all right, so what's the plan going forward?
Yeah. A month,
Came back for another holiday. What was it? It was within a year. To making sure everything's still cool with everything, and it is obviously a big thing.
Yeah, definitely moving countries.
And then went back the second time. She went back home, and then it was kind of like, do we make this happen kind of thing?
Yeah.
And then it was over a year that time, because I remember, because at that point we didn't know when we were going to see each other next, because it was just all up in the air.
Up in the air, yeah.
And and she has been here for just over 3 years. Was it coming up on 4 now in April?
Yeah.
But anyway, this year she got her permanent residency, so it's been a long journey.
What else did she do this year, Lucas?
She's got a new job. She's got a permanent residency, so a lot of stuff's happened this year.
Congratulations.
I got her a job.
And
that's awesome.
I know a lot of people, it's promoted that Twitch isn't a dating site, which it's not, but in some weird scenarios like this, and I've seen a lot of people happen.
Yeah.
And so she's
and now you guys are living together and
bought a house this year.
Awesome.
There you go.
Around the corner.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Everyone moves.
HFD,
moves near HFD Studios.
Everyone wants to come to HFD Studios. It's like you didn't even know it was here. We're just attracted to it.
4 in April. She's correct.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
You're on the right mark.
What part of America?
So she's just south of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan's the best.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois.
But it's been cool, and it's just been
CM Punk world.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've it's just been a wild ride. So
that's awesome, man. See, something great came out of it.
Bill Thesium says better friends in the sock community there has in real life.
Oh, there you go.
If you ever left Twitch, at least you've got that relationship from it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You'll never lose
you
those
can
people.
always, you know what I mean? It's amazing.
He's a bona fide podcaster now, man.
But yeah, that's right. Obviously I've got that,
He's
and I've got
just
the
a
guys
likeable guy, man.
Yeah. You're getting all these congrats from everyone, man, and I think
that's awesome.
I think Hooks agreed when I said Michael Jordan's the best. So
that's awesome, man.
But yeah, no, it's cool. And then developed all those friendships. And so even if I did stop tomorrow, I'll still have that to go.
I'm gonna call her out here. So if you ever want to do any,
you already did it last week, man.
Any kind of a zombie,
you called her out last week.
Podcast.
Let's do it.
You get her on here, man. You get her on here.
Listen, me and John have done most of the Easter eggs of Black Ops 3.
Yeah,
me and John are actually pretty good.
Get her on for a podcast.
But we just need.
She'll love it.
Wait, is it just like game zombies or like
everything?
No,
zombies in general.
Everything.
Oh,
zombies
Walking Dead. I'm gonna finish watching
anything zombies. She's all for it.
Yeah.
What was that one on Netflix? That one, it was like Black something. It was
Black Summer. Sick.
I'm sure she would agree.
You didn't dig it?
Yeah,
I loved it, man.
Second season was hers.
Second season was sick.
That's good.
I'm sure she would agree, right? That if it was a zombie apocalypse, you wouldn't want to be chased by World War Z zombies.
No.
You'd want the Walking Dead ones.
Yeah, definitely.
She would just.
Are you a Pippin fan?
Yeah, I love Pippin.
He was a good player, but he's no Michael Jordan.
Hey. He's the best.
Hey.
No, I've been a Pippin fan since I was like year 6.
So was I. Listen.
Let me guess. Because of NBA Jam.
Listen. I love the Chicago Bulls, right? I've supported them. They haven't won a championship since Michael Jordan, right? So, and Scottie Pippen was a champion, but he was nowhere near the player Michael Jordan.
Of course.
One more question. Keep going.
No, it's all right.
One more question I want to ask, can you see yourself doing anything else other than Twitch, like podcasting or?
Well, that's the thing.
Channel? Do you enjoy doing this kind of?
I do. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot. Yeah, this is cool. I've been thinking a lot lately, especially in the last month, in case I do, kind of just stream that once a month and just leave it at that kind of thing. as extremely casual of what I want to do, because I do want to do something. And that's what I was telling Hooks. We've had a few discussions. Like, I want to make use of my spare time.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't know if Twitch is that right now. Just the way things are and just the way I'm feeling with it. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing something more productive. And I don't know. But yeah, I do want to do something. Like,
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
Podcasting is
It is cool.
fun.
This
Like,
is
we found
awesome
out,
experience.
we love it. Like,
Yeah.
like the whole channel's like turned around.
Oh,
So, yeah, we love it. So,
Yeah.
Sop pod.
Stop.
If you,
you get a bit of a taste about,
See, listen, man. Wingo reckons Pippin be tripping. Alia reckons Rodman is the go. Rodman is a chuckle.
He's a loose cannon.
Jordan's the
He's the go.
He's
Yeah.
But
Even
it's,
be tripping.
he is the go. Jordan's
I mean,
listen. I don't care even people.
Would they have won a championship without Jordan?
Probably not. No.
No, not as many anyway.
Dude,
Well,
he won 6 MVPs.
The
Finals MVPs.
Yeah. The
And even people now, like, listen, I say people like LeBron, all the new people, right? LeBron is good,
Yeah, I know.
but he's no
good.
clutch like Jordan.
Nah.
There's a difference between being good but being able to.
Yeah, I agree.
He's lost 4 finals. LeBron.
Even like you can still put LeBron in the great
I
category.
know he is. He's
But
one of the
I know
all-time
nothing
greats.
about- I'm not
No,
good
no,
at
he's one of the all-time
basketball.
greats,
I'm not either.
but he's no Jordan.
Yeah.
He didn't captain. Like he's just. Yeah, he's It's,
Anyway, thanks for sharing all that stuff with
that's
us, man.
cool. It's good to talk about it because in my streams as well, every now and again, I used to get people that would come in and just ask, like, what do you recommend to start streaming and blah, blah. And I was still the same stuff, like those 2 things that I would tell myself. And
Sean.
yeah, pick a game that you're passionate about. Don't pick one of those top 10 games that you're never going to get looked at.
Well, dude, that's
You
like
know,
what I'm
so-
saying. Like, I love DayZ, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just the best. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fun
Yeah.
because it's just you're trolling like all the time.
Yeah, and people can tell when you're having fun, like, and they get that it's contagious.
So
You're
it's how you interact with your audience. If you can interact with them,
Oh.
if you can capture them, doesn't
Yeah.
matter what game you're playing, I reckon.
Because
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
honest, like,
You know
if
what
you
I
clicked
mean?
on
If you can
someone's
capture your audience,
yeah, because if you clicked on someone's
Ewing
stream,
was a beast, Bill. Just to put it in there.
yeah,
Ewing wasn't
He
the
was. He was.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, he was good.
When
He should never have won his MVP though. Jordan deserved it that year. It's fact.
I was saying, if you click on someone's stream,
Yeah.
like, if I'm asking you now, if you clicked on someone's streams and someone's just sitting there, just the game's going, just sitting there, slouched, just
Yeah.
No one's
You don't
gonna
wanna
watch that,
you
man.
know, on the ground,
watch
are
it.
you?
No.
No.
And that's what I mean.
And
Like,
Oh, shit.
you just always want to be.
Well, that brings me to
Stand
my
up
next thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, when Lucas, I've been following Lucas from, like, the beginning. And even me, like, I didn't have time. Like, he would go live. I don't even know what Twitch was. He goes, "Oh, just follow me on Twitch." And I did. And I was never really in there. But he used to stream to himself for how long?
I believe your brother
So
used to
what?
come in there, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I used to do. Actually, the other thing is that's helpful is if you do when you're starting, if you can just tell people that you know, even if they're not saying, just to lurk
Just
in there,
watching
just
it,
so
yeah,
you're not
lurk,
on the
yeah.
zero list.
Yeah,
just so
yeah.
at least you're bumped up a little
Yeah.
bit.
But
That's what
the story
yeah.
that Lucas told me, he was ready to pack it in. And another one of our community, which I don't see that much anymore, Realms.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Tell them that story. And then we can... I like that one. That's a good story.
yeah. So it was probably.
Wingo reckons you're taking shots at the way he streams, man. He must just sit back, relax.
Wingo's known to make a couple of amazing stunts on his stream.
Yeah, man.
John, he
Just-
loves truck simulators, man.
Truck simulators. Do you want to just come drive the truck?
You should see
We'll give you the keys. Bro.
some of the clips that Lucas has got from his truck simulators.
Yeah, honestly, Euro
John?
Truck Simulator ended up being like a sleeper hit for my
It
channel.
was, man.
I remember when you were
The
streamed-
doing
amount
that,
of
yeah.
I've
crashes,
streamed
the amount of
a
clips
few
he's
hundred
got
hours
of
of
him
that
crashing
game.
and
Just
stuff
that
like
game.
that.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
god.
Because what it turns into is just a glorified chat room.
Yeah,
so I'm
that's
sitting there
awesome.
driving, I've got
Yeah.
my wheel out,
And then
I'm just
he'll-
That's
driving,
awesome.
I'm just
Dude,
talking to the chat. He's got making
He's got
deliveries.
so many
Yeah.
clips of him, like, because he's got this clip, like your Be Right Back screen. He's
Yeah.
done all these clips together,
Yeah.
and literally the majority of them is him just driving,
the best.
getting
Yeah.
distracted, and then just crashing the truck, going, "Woohoo!"
So don't hire you to bring the deliveries.
No, don't.
Alright.
We should get Urban Cowboy to
Urban Cowboy, he's loving it.
he would love
Shout
to
out to the good old Urban Cowboy.
yeah,
if
shout out if you're listening. Yeah,
He
you're
was a
legend.
champion. Alright, so
We missed out on the realms. Just tell
Oh,
the
go,
realms
go,
story.
yeah,
Tell the
sorry,
realms
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Gio's
Basically, there was
pushing
a
stories.
couple of people that came into my stream, and they start. Oh, the other thing is a very gratifying thing is when you see someone come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and you guys would experience
Oh,
it
of
with
course.
this too.
I know
It's
we're-
such a humbling
we're-
feeling.
It
like,
is. It does because you
Yeah,
feel
I
like
know.
they liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wingo, Bill, Dobson they only came back when you came back, man. So.
Hey, I've noticed Reborn's been here another time.
Reborn is a champion.
The Liverpool
He watches
supporter.
the Man United
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
with me and John.
Yeah,
I've seen.
He's from,
Reborn is a champ.
he's from England.
Yeah, we know he's a
He's
Liverpool fan.
he's one of
he
the
talks
OGs
about that.
from my
He's,
stream.
he's like a fan of mine and John's show now.
Yeah, Reborn's an absolute lad.
It's funny when we're doing the Manchester United podcast.
And he came in.
I talk about AFL. And looks on and nothing about
Listen,
it.
Reborn, I actually thought he'd be here tonight.
He's probably
But because of the
hasn't worked-
time,
yeah.
Probably working.
Yeah, he watched Man United one, and he's champion.
So he's
Yeah,
actually
so-
he's in England.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
a,
one of
he's
my-
a, he's a Liverpool
Ginger that was in
fan.
it before.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
from
yeah.
England as well.
yeah. He was,
So
he was one of my
Didn't you
followers
hear
from the
that,
first
Wingo
year.
Dobster? You got to come back just even when Lucas isn't here, man.
Yeah, I reckon.
That's what
Come
he's
back, guys.
saying.
I mean, we're good
Make sure
value.
you
Yeah.
click,
We're
click
good
the
value.
bell button on this so they get alerted when they go live, alright?
Yeah, hit the
Sorry.
bell.
Hey.
Hit the bell, guys.
All right, story.
Is
Do
Ali?
you want to
Is
say it?
Alan?
You
Are
say
you?
it, the story.
I can't
What's
remember 100%. But
Wait
I
a
know
second.
that
What's
he
the
get-
question that Alia's talking about?
How many viewers you average Geo?
Is it
Oh,
full
not
time?
Gio. Lucas.
Lucas.
Lucas
Oh.
has. Lucas has. We can bring it up, Alia, because you didn't see it.
Oh, because Alia.
yeah.
he
Wait,
wants to get into
I'll just bring up
Yeah.
Lucas's page for you, Alia. So that's Lucas's thing there,
Well,
and he's got over 7,000 followers.
He wants to get into Twitch.
Yeah.
yeah, so the thing is, so I've been on just over 7,000 followers for over a year now. Because
So
I've
it's
just,
stagnated a
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
and the follower count isn't really, these days, as important
Thank
as
you.
as your viewers. But at the moment, with how everything's going at the moment, I'm probably averaging, I don't know, 12 to 15 viewers a stream.
Yeah. it's-
Sometimes 20.
Yeah.
But at my peak, it was
Yeah.
like 50, 60 was like every stream. Just
Oh.
and it just went nuts.
Alia's coming to the
So-
podcast, isn't he? He can come on the Johnny and KP show because he's a Man United fan.
He can.
He can come on the normal
But
podcast.
he might be camera shy. I don't
He's
know.
the only one. He comes in with Reborn in the Man United
Yeah.
show, man. He's
Oh,
champion.
my bad.
That's cool.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
out.
yeah, I'm with you, 100%.
I'm pushing the story, man.
But yeah,
it's,
okay.
it's a very.
Alright,
It's,
let's get this story.
We're trying to interact with the chat.
You know what
you
it
know?
is. It
Let's-
is. It is.
let's-
Oh,
let's-
go,
story
go,
out.
go. We'll let you go.
It's,
Chat,
it's,
just-
Trying to think
just
what
a-
exactly
no, it's an
about it.
uplifting story because he's the one that motivated you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chat, give us 5 minutes. Let's get
Alright.
the story out.
So yeah, I was streaming to myself for a while. There'd be the odd person here and there, and I'd have gotten a few followers. That was probably a couple of months in. This guy was talking to me while I was playing Binding of Isaac under a different name.
Good game.
I made that cigar.
And anyway, I got to know him a little bit, and he goes, you're doing great, and really enjoying your content, blah blah. Anyway, another month goes by, and then in the chat, everyone just starts spamming this thing, Realms Raid. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so he raided you.
yeah, but I don't know what it
You
was.
didn't know what it
freaking
I don't know
was.
what anything was.
Yeah.
So a raid.
His name is Realms, his nickname, but everyone was spamming Realms Raid, all these random people. And
Oh,
they're all different
You know
colours
what?
in the
You know
chat.
what a raid is?
And
not really.
Okay.
basically, it's when someone's ending their stream and they can send all their viewers.
Don't
they,
you remember you did it
Oh.
to me?
Yeah, and then
Wait,
do you remember that?
they'll raid that other person's
Do you
stream.
remember?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
playing. I was
Oh.
playing.
And they'll drop all their viewers into your stream.
And
be
I
like,
actually-
No,
Yeah.
you can't do that on YouTube.
yeah, and then they'll be like, yeah, go follow this
You
guy.
can.
Blah, blah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can?
I actually met a lot of these guys, but they don't remember. I was Kidia Kundro,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
That's right.
Yeah.
and Lucas raided me.
Yeah.
And all I remember was talking to someone about how Michael Jordan was the GOAT.
Yeah, oh,
I was
really?
not playing Assassins.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that happened. I don't know what it was, and I'm like, I thought it was bots first, and I'm
Yeah,
like, what's going on? And
that
then,
happened to John. We'll
Yeah.
tell you about it after.
basically, so that was the first streamer I got to know because I didn't really know networking was a thing
Yeah, yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and so he basically
He's a lad.
he was really motivational because some people you just go into their streams or their videos and you just vibe with what they're doing. You
Yeah.
just feel at home.
Yeah.
At what you're doing.
Realms' voice, man.
Yeah,
He sounds like a voiceover guy.
yeah.
He
He's
does.
a bit of a
Just
David
chill.
Attenborough.
He's entertaining at the same time.
more like a Family Feud sort of thing, but like
Right.
better.
That's
It's
the
just
best.
like Realms' voice was always good for me, and like every time when it's always.
So yeah, that was like and then that kind of, a lot of his people, got to know me, and then I went in his stream when he next went live, and it just went on from there. And I was like, oh, so that's the thing,
Yeah.
Awesome.
it is important, especially
Yeah.
now, to network, but you got to try and network
Yeah.
with
So,
good intentions.
Is his voice a bit like, he'd be like, welcome to another HFD Call of Duty Black Ops.
He could easily do
He
that.
could
though.
easily do it, but it's just the way his voice sounds. It just
They'll be
sounds
like,
real.
Welcome.
They'll be like, HFD is streaming Fortnite live.
He could
And then
literally-
later we'll be
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
That is
and
awesome,
we'll be
man.
doing zombies. Der Eisendrach, Easter egg, watch us get the bows now.
But that
That
was
was
like,
natural,
yeah,
man.
that's cool.
You gotta do the voices.
But that was in the first couple of months,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it kind of, went on from there. And then we've just
That's it. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
cool.
I've always
Cool.
liked that story.
That's
Him-
awesome,
him
man.
Yeah,
That's
raiding you
good.
and
But that's what you like.
So you can do that on YouTube.
Well, I watched this guy, that one I watched, Mark United Stand, and after every Man United game, he does his player ratings.
Right.
And on his channel,
Yeah.
he's got 4 people doing a review of the game after, and he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
all right, everyone raid go raid the chat, and they all just go in there, and he tells them what to raid with. He goes, go raid
give you
with
like a
layout,
command
or
That's awesome.
yeah. So, but that's on his channel, so I don't know if that's how it.
Maybe, well,
You know, like
that'll
they're
be cool
streaming
though.
from the same
Yeah,
channel.
there's lots on the YouTube side, and I know they are developing lots of things,
Yeah.
and they're going to bring it up to Twitch soon,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be really cool because,
Yeah.
as you know, competition, elevating
It'd be
each
cool
other
to-
is better for the
It'd
consumer.
be cool
Yeah.
to collab with another channel.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
especially if
people-
you're live.
people do
HFD
that
and
too.
Lucas Salt collab, man.
That's what we do on Twitch. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, streamers will organise events and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're gonna on this day going to be streaming
Yeah,
this
that's
guy."
cool.
Yeah, killer.
That's cool.
So
All right.
All right, so we've talked about Twitch.
We've talked about Twitch. Good luck with it all, by the way.
We've,
thank you.
And-
It's fun to talk about it because it's a big part of my
Yeah.
recent life.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
good luck
listen,
on YouTube, man.
yeah.
Thank you.
And listen, guys, Lucas we've spoken, is going to be trying to come on the podcast as often as we can have him up. Oh,
Yeah,
like
come
we-
If you have me,
Yeah.
We'll have you, man.
we
We'll have you.
invited you. When you invite
Well,
someone, that's.
What do you think about it? 1-800 Jimmy is always missing.
I think
Johnny-
he's with
Johnny-
the Malaysian.
Johnny
I think
G's like,
Jimmy
you know-
was with the Malaysian Airlines flight.
He might have been. Let's not say that. You might have said a few
He
people.
said it in the chat.
Did he?
Oh, did he?
Oh, did he? And Johnny G's just Johnny G.
He's Johnny G.
playing-
Like, he just loves being in the
Johnny
chat.
G
you know?
is planking somewhere.
He's planking somewhere.
He's
so
doing his planks,
we always probably have room for you. So
That's it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
on that note, like Chris said, good luck with it all.
Thank you,
for
thank you.
other, we'll bring it up one more time so people can see. That's Lucas's Twitch handle there.
do you have a YouTube account yet?
I do because I have posted some stuff on
Is
there.
it going to
but
be
not-
the one that you're going to use if you want to say it? Up
It's
to
the
you,
same.
man.
It's the same address.
Oh, same address,
address,
there you go,
guys. So
Yeah.
hit him up, guys. Hit him up.
So yeah, so all the best with that,
Thanks, guys.
and we're going to lead into our next topic, which I think is the one that everyone's been amping up for arguments, isn't it? We're going to be talking about. We're going to bring up
Well,
a
not
picture
me. I'm
of it.
going to be just.
Listen, you've
Viewing.
got actually you don't without knowing it.
I don't know
You've,
if I got the audio for
listen,
it.
without knowing it, Chris actually has the best argument here, I think.
Yeah.
And he reckons he doesn't know that, but I'll say it in a
Let's-
second.
let's roll
So
the
we'll bring up the
picture.
picture. We're going to be talking about Star Wars, guys.
Star Wars,
Star Wars.
the Galaxy, was it? Galaxy Far
Far,
Far
Far
Away.
Galaxy Far, Far Away. So
Okay.
So,
we got some hardcore Star Wars fans here, and we got just a standard Star Wars fan. But the one thing I'm going to say is Chris has the best argument here, because Chris says Lord of the Rings is better than Star Wars.
Lucas.
But I knew that
But
Lucas.
he's
I
mad.
love Lord of the Rings
See,
too.
I've only seen him a handful of times.
I
and
love
can't
him too.
remember him.
I like the fantasy of it.
Yeah.
Like
Listen,
the
I
actual-
love Lord of the Rings too.
He's a mad Lord of the Rings
I
fan.
agree. I love Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah. That's tough.
It's a different kind
It
of
depends
genre.
it depends what mood I'm in.
Is the original Lord of the Rings trilogy better than the original Star Wars trilogy? That's the only.
The original.
They're the only ones you can
No,
compare.
I
So the
would
first
say,
three Star
I would
Wars.
say for me, no, only because Star Wars has been in my life a lot longer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably.
See,
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think the first Star Wars just takes it, but only just.
Yeah, yeah. It's
The original Lord of the Rings
is
is
a
good, man.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't comment because you know how much I love Star Wars, and I'm not that huge into Lord of the Rings.
John's
So-
already giving you a hard time. He does, man. That's what we're going to talk about.
What else is a good? Do you know what's a better trilogy? My all-time trilogy in the whole world?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future,
It
number
is.
one.
It's the best
Don't
trilogy.
care if you say Star Wars.
If you
that's the
had to
best.
pick a trilogy that was the best trilogy ever, I'm
probably is.
100% agreeing with
Yeah, I
you.
agree. I think it
Because
is the best
Back to
trilogy.
the Future nailed it. They didn't go back. They didn't try. They did a
No, I
couple.
think it is the best
They did a
trilogy.
couple of games and stuff like that. But Back to the
Yeah.
Future up there, I've seen them probably as much as I've seen Star Wars.
Dude, I think Back to the
Love them.
Future is the best trilogy.
And you can watch it now and
Yeah,
like
and
it's- and relate to it. It's
Yeah.
still like
because they went to the future. I told you.
yeah, I know.
You didn't believe me that they.
Did they actually did?
that
I
they
didn't look at that.
predicted. You didn't believe me that they predicted the Cubs winning the
Cubs
World
win in
Series.
2015.
20.
When he predicted it, they
really?
did it.
No, I don't think. I think they were like a couple of years off.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, were they?
We've got to research that.
Okay.
Right.
It's on
Because I was going to
confirming,
freak out if that was true. I would have
It's
freaked out.
they were in the. They were in. If not, they were in the. They were in the World Series.
That would have been a Rogan file.
But they were in it. If they didn't win it, I'm telling you, they were in the game.
You
The
could do
World
a
Series.
Simpsons Rogan file.
Yeah, that's the
with all the
best.
stuff they
Yeah.
got.
The sim-
man,
that's going to be a Rogan
predicted
file.
so-
Oh,
they
forget
predicted
it.
so much.
That's ridiculous.
Your cousin reckons Karate Kid.
Oh, I love
The first movie, yeah, but
The first one.
As,
First
a,
one.
as a trilogy, no
Alright.
way, because Karate Kid 3 was a
So,
big hit.
all right,
It was Kiss.
we're gonna go. We'll lead into. There's a few things we're gonna ask. So we've asked that, and you've said Star Wars,
I'm
and
gonna-
you're a fan of both.
I'm going
Oh,
to
yeah,
try
I
and
love both.
stay as like because I know he wants to razz me up.
No, it's not about razzing up. No, you know the thing is, it's not about razzing up. It's that the fact that he's going to get razzed up means
I wanna
is
see this.
leading into my arguments. Don't you think? Well, it is, isn't it?
It is, but let's see.
Alright.
Let's do it in a nice order.
Okay, so well, I know you don't like the prequels.
the prequels overall, not really.
Okay, so there you go. That's already so. Did the thing I say about the prequels is right. at least the guy that invented it was still involved.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
his story. Might have
Yeah,
been
of
a
course.
shit. Might have been a shit story. Whatever, however people want to put it. But at least it was his. The new movies, in my opinion, and this is what I say: have Disney ruined Star Wars, or was it ruined before?
Is this for me to answer?
Yeah,
right now?
anyone.
I will say, because the prequels, I don't like them, but it's not. I like the aesthetic. I like the world.
It's not the
building and all
story
that.
per se. It's the other things.
It's all the. It's the directing.
It's like I
it's
hear
the
you don't
dialogue.
like a you don't like
the
a
politics.
you don't like a CGI Yoda or something.
The politics and stuff like that. I
CGI,
understand,
yeah.
yeah.
No, but just like and a lot of the. I was watching some clips the other day actually from Clones, and just like the cringiness with the way they did the love story there, it was just so forced and put. But overall, as like the world building and the way they've interweaved that into all,
Yeah, that was all good.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But now that it's been
but-
many years since the prequels came out, a lot of people look at them with nostalgia eyes
I
as
know,
well.
of course.
Because
Yeah.
when they first came out, they were shat on.
Yeah.
They were. Like, a lot of people love them, but,
But the
they
thing
were
is,
shat
but this
on.
is the argument I make. The prequels were shed on, not because they were bad stories. But do you know what I think he messed up with the most?
What's that?
The casting. Both Anakins were shit at the time. I know Hayden Christensen's coming back for the shows, but he was terrible as the young Darth Vader, and the little kid was terrible as Anakin. It was bad casting.
I love that little kid.
But it was bad casting. You know what I mean? Whereas Ewan McGregor was good. Qui-Gon,
Liam
Liam
Neeson
Neeson
was
was
the
that's
best.
what I'm
Liam
saying.
Neeson
So
was
Liam
good.
Neeson was good.
Yeah.
Ray Park was it? Well, whoever was his name that was doing
Yeah.
Darth Maul. He was good. The Emperor was the same guy. Everyone loved him. So,
Yeah.
but there was castings that they just got.
How about that chick? What's the chick's name?
Natalie Portman.
Portman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked it.
they just what they did with her was just
Hayden,
crap
there's
out
only
of.
so much he could do with that dialogue
Yeah.
that he had.
What?
Yeah, but
But
Leonardo DiCaprio was originally cast as it.
Yeah.
Thank
Would
you, John.
it have been better?
I don't know. Would he?
Would it have been better?
I agree with John.
What's John saying?
Mando, the best thing since return. Oh, I agree. Me and John talk about it all the time.
100%.
Who's Mando?
Mandalorian.
Oh, Mandalorian.
TV show.
Okay.
Well,
So-
I'll chime in.
No,
Just
so I
quickly.
said, have Disney ruined Star Wars?
Well, you asked me this earlier, and I've had time to think of it because you know how I felt about when Force Awakens came out. I was all for it. I'm like, look, yeah, it's a rehash of New Hope.
Force
Okay.
Awakens was the only one
It
that's
was-
watchable.
That's it.
I'll
And,
give my opinion.
look,
I think.
Yeah.
and then when The Last Jedi came out, I think I was just so, like, you guys know me with Star Wars. I've already said it to this day. Like, the moment they announce anything Star Wars, I'm like, I'm already
but-
balls deep in.
Yeah, can I tell you
Already.
why? Do you know why?
Already. Before they've even
listen?
done
Yeah,
anything.
but can I tell you
Because
why?
It's Star Wars.
No, but
I'm
do you know
already
what?
into it.
Can I tell you what
So-
killed? I know exactly what
So-
killed George's thing for. Do you know what it was? George loves Kevin Smith.
Love it.
Agreed?
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith, I remember he made a video going, "Listen, guys, stop complaining. If we get 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, at
this
least
is-
we're getting 4
this-
Star Wars movies.
no,
Even if they're bad,
no,
we'll get one good
on-
one.
on
You know
his
what I mean?
podcast-
And it made all his fans be like, "Oh, well, let's listen to him."
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
When it was wrong.
His exact words were,
Why expect mediocrity?
Disney bought out Star Wars. He goes, all right, they make 15 movies, right? Say we get
Lord of the Rings
5
is-
absolute bangers, 5 okay, and 5 absolute crap.
He's like,
He
at
goes-
least we got 5
he goes-
good, which is not the way to think.
He goes, at least we've gotten 15 Star Wars movies, which at the time I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
But it's not, you know.
But the more the years have gone by since The Last Jedi, like, because I came out of the cinema, like,
Were you happy?
I was happy with it.
I hated it.
And then
I came out, I
like,
went and watched
Lucas
it with Jess.
came out of the cinema and thought, what the fuck did I
Yeah,
do?
I watched it with Jess. Jess knows nothing
Yeah,
about Star
I'll-
Wars,
I'll
mind
get
you.
into mine.
And I
Okay.
came out of Last Jedi and I was like,
But I just needed
Oh, I was
time.
revving.
I just needed time to calm down because I'd just seen a Star Wars.
I went
movie.
off at him, bro.
You know what I mean?
Was it the same way I felt after Game of Thrones?
Probably.
Yeah,
'Cause I felt
yeah,
really
that-
bad
that
after
type
that.
of-
But like I
yeah.
said, I was just
I've never seen
so happy. Like even though they'd spoiler alert people, even though they'd fucked with my favorite character ever, Luke Skywalker, and they turned him into a fucking hermit or whatever, and it's Ryan Johnson's vision and all that stuff. It took me a good probably year to admit that I actually didn't like the movie because I'm that
It was shit.
I am that invested in Star Wars. I love it that much.
Yeah.
And I can't.
Okay.
I look at it with love eyes.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
listen, I'll tell you
It
something.
is. I have love eyes when
No.
I watch Star Wars and play Star Wars and stuff.
Hey.
And it takes a lot for me to be like, yeah, maybe that wasn't a fucking
No.
good choice, man.
Listen, Chris,
But when Mandalorian came out,
that's different.
So even if it's shit, you would say it's still good.
because I was just so happy that I've
He's a
seen
lover.
something Star
Listen,
Wars.
Yeah.
not many people know how much I love Star Wars, right?
He does. It probably
I
just
know
as-
more
just as
about
much as
Star
me.
Wars than anyone thinks.
Yeah.
But I come from the point of why should I accept mediocrity from a thing that was so good?
Sounds like a Manchester United supporter.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why? Why should I accept crap with Man United when my team
Yeah, of course.
was the best team in the world for 30 years?
They literally went into it. That it's been admitted, even with the Rise of Skywalker. I actually came out of Rise of Skywalker because
I was revving.
I was
revving
already because they didn't have enough time to fix from the last movie, and then they got J.J. Abrams back to do it, and it was all like plot correcting, and it's like they didn't have enough time to fix it. So I came out of that movie going, like, yeah.
Do you know what that movie was?
Okay.
Do you know what I call that last movie?
I've seen it once.
Yeah, me too. It was a Star Wars version of Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
But with those horses on the
There was just all this shit happening that made no sense.
Yeah.
What was it
Why
called,
the fuck
that
was
one?
it happening?
So
What was that one called?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
I think three of us here have played it.
The original Star Wars basically responsible for the modern...
Oh, Republic.
Oi,
The MMO.
I love the MMO, Chris.
But
I still play it to this day. I love the Old Republic.
So before, because I know
Still play it.
he gave me shit when I'm like, yeah, but you know Ryan Johnson had a
I went
different
off.
vision, blah blah blah. And we literally had an argument.
Dude,
for
I lost it.
I
for
wanna
like
get
2
fucking-
hours.
I went off my chops.
We've done it already.
I said,
so-
I said to him, come around. I said, come around. I'll jackhammer you.
yeah.
Because I was ripping.
So
I was ripping.
when the
Republic's the
Mandalorian
best.
came out, I turned around to Lucas and to Kiri. I'm like, man, if this isn't good, I don't think they're going to be able to recover from it.
Hey,
This,
Chris.
I think
I'll get you a room
Mandalorian,
later, bro.
and many people will agree, it literally saved the Star Wars franchise because
It did.
they hired Jon Favreau, who's a massive Star Wars fan, and Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni was involved in all the
Clone
Clone
Wars
Wars and all that, and he literally, before George Lucas gave it all up and sold it to Disney, he was like George Lucas's protege, and everything he literally sat there for hours. And there's many interviews with him, and he sat there for hours, and George Lucas would tell him, this is what was my vision, this is why the motive's here, and blah 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 blah. So having Filoni and Favreau running The Mandalorian was just a stroke of genius, and I say, and Kiri and Luke's probably agree with me,
KP, man. Fucking hell.
KP, if they'd have just, like, I know Kathleen Kennedy's got her role and all that stuff, but it doesn't seem like she's
like the Ed
she's
Woodward
not-
of Star Wars.
She's not passionate
She's
about
like the
Star
Ed
Wars.
Woodward of Star Wars.
And if you
Trying
would
to tick all the
just,
check boxes.
if you would literally, those two men there, if you would say to them, hey, you do these 3 movies, we would have gotten a completely, completely
to
different.
cut you off
Okay.
there, this
Yeah.
is what I'm going to say. This
Yeah.
is where she completely fucked up from the get-go.
Well, they had no plan.
No,
They
it wasn't that they had no plan.
They
it's that
wrote each script after
That's
each
not
other.
even that. It's that they went in there. They went into making the movies with a plan to have a different director for each movie.
Yeah, and a
That's the
different writing
dumbest
team.
thing I've ever heard.
Where the
James
fuck did
Cameron
you
didn't
ever
make
come
the
up-
Terminator and go,
No.
you know what, Lucas, do you want to direct Terminator 2?
Yeah,
right.
and write it.
Yeah,
And-
like
yeah.
just do it.
So
man.
basically,
you know, it's
You know,
idiocracy.
J.J. Abrams did Force Awakens, and then they're like, here, Ryan Johnson, you give your vision on it.
And he's a knob.
And now that
Let me give you subverted
Yeah.
expectations.
And now that you,
Yeah.
and now that because look, he's a good director, man. I've seen some of his movies.
For Fast and the Furious.
No,
shit.
no. He's got some good movies, man. I've seen some of his movies, but
He's-
like the vision that he had was not like, you know, he didn't. He wanted to be. I think he wanted to be more. What's the word? Like. Shock value, you know what I mean? Like, because there was
That's
a lot.
what he did. He
there's-
ruined
there's,
Luke.
There's
He
a
was
lot of
right
that
at the
going
point of
around.
it.
Like, it's
Yeah.
like, you know, but the Star Wars isn't shock value, man. It's not, you know, like stick to the story. You know,
It's a,
Yeah.
yeah.
they could have had Luke Skywalker be a pimp grandmaster and properly train Rey.
No, well, listen, what I don't get
But-
is, like, so Luke came at the end of Mandalorian and did that epic scene, right? Even if they had brought him in one of the movies, and he took on the Knights of Ren
Yeah.
and killed 5 or 6 of them, but died doing that, no one would have cared.
No.
Because at least he did something epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way they made him die was like, dude,
You see-
you killed...
You see,
Like, it's like killing... It's like, you know what they did? It's like someone in Chicago getting a Michael Jordan thing and just crushing it.
like that whole movie.
That's what Luke is to Star Wars.
Last Jedi might have almost been redeemed for me. The whole movie, if you know how Luke Skywalker. Spoiler alert, guys! If you haven't seen it, he's astral projecting and he comes and fights
Yeah.
Kylo. if he actually
If that
did
was actually real.
came there and fought him, and
that's
even
right.
died,
That's right. No one would have cared.
no one would have cared. But he's astral projecting this fucking thing, like, and it's never really been spoken about. Even what they did with Mando as well, with the force healing and all that shit.
It's lame.
That was a bit like, you know, they had to correct it for Rise of Skywalker because Baby Yoda. They had Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau had to save fucking J.J. Abrams in The Mandalorian. They had to introduce force healing from a little Baby Yoda that no one had ever heard about, so it would make sense in the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, so that's what I
like. What the fuck?
See, what I think is the only bad thing about Mandalorian is what they've sort of messed with is where's Baby Yoda this whole time?
He was hiding.
Yeah, where?
Yeah, that's not the worst thing to worry about, though.
When they went, when Rey went and found Luke, why wasn't Baby Yoda there with him? Where is he? Did Kylo Ren kill him? Like
that's what everyone's on about. They're like, you mean like there's these memes going around there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me he survived Anakin killing all those kids and then fucking Kylo just ends up murking him?
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like
with the newer films, similar to Geo, I liked Force Awakens.
It's the only one that's watchable.
Yeah, and I've seen, to put it in perspective, I've seen Force Awakens about, I think, 4 or 5 times.
Same, yeah.
And the other 2 I've seen once each.
I've seen.
They suck.
I watched. I put myself through it again, The Last Jedi.
Yeah, and I should, but I'm just not.
I had to do it again just for one more time, just to see what I was thinking, because I'd been sitting on it for about a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm like, did I enjoy it or didn't I? Like, did I just come out of that cinema like, oh my god, it's Star Wars, and then the more and more I thought about it, I was like,
see you, Chris.
Can I just recap for a second?
Message me what realm you're in, man, on Old Republic. We'll
So how many movies are there after the prequels?
Another 3.
Another 3.
And Rogue Squadron. 4. There's Rogue Squadron.
So it was
Solo.
Force Awakens.
Or Rogue One, it's called Rogue One.
What was the second one?
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
In that saga, there's 9 films.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then The Mandalorian's a whole different
it's a
story.
Series, TV series.
Oh, it's a TV series. Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, like,
right.
I watched Force Awakens a few times. I went out of the cinema and I was like, yeah, that was cool.
You know,
yes, it was.
You know, James Bond was a stormtrooper. She does the Jedi mind trick on.
Really?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah. And I watched it a few times. It was very, along the lines of A New Hope, and they're trying to get everyone back in, and I like the aesthetic of it, the way it looked and sounded and all that. It was cool. I like the potential characters of guys like I can't remember his name. Finn. Yeah.
Finn. He had the most potential.
He was should have been an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
They fucking ruined him.
And then in general, I'm not like a real hard person. Like, oh, that was garbage and shit.
Yeah.
I can, most people know me. It was alright. That's me. It was alright. And I'll go with it, kind of thing. But I watched Last Jedi, and I was excited to see. I'm like, this is cool. We're going to finally see where these characters go and all that kind of stuff. But the opening scene when Poe cracks those jokes over the intercom to the thing, I was like,
this sucks.
Don't tell me this is going to start going.
Oh, they were going to try. Anyway, they tried to make it a Marvel movie.
Yeah, and towards the end, and then when it got to the end, the cinema lights came on and all that.
Don't get me started on them. They suck now too.
And
Marvel.
And I turned to the guy that was next to me, my friend, and I looked at him, and normally I'm not like this, and I just looked at him, I started smoking, and he started smoking. I'm like, what I just watched?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I was like, I don't know what that was, man. Like, that was just a circus. And then I just didn't see it since.
That's true, what, Chef? Very true.
And and then The Rise of Skywalker I saw just at the cinema once as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it either. Like, it was just and you can tell that nothing was planned.
No.
You can easily see it.
The only reason I say it's better than Last Jedi, because it is because JJ was trying to do stuff for the fans, but it was all course correction. It was all correcting the second movie.
Yeah.
I saw all 3 of them. Premiere night, gold class, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Second one, I come out like, I don't get angry. I'm not a guy that, and I was like,
nah.
I was fuming. I'm not a guy that, nothing really bothers me. I get drilled by my partner, by my dad, that if I'd be more laid back, I'd be dead. Like, I'm so chill. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I was like, I went and watched Last Jedi. I'm like, all right. Got out. John rings me, goes, how was it? Johnny G. I'm like, listen, I'm just go watch it, bro. Because I don't want to spoil anything. I don't like spoilers.
Yeah.
John watches it about a week later. He rings me out of the cinema and he goes, didn't even say hello. He goes, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
So this is all Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
He goes, "What the fuck was that?" And I'm like, "It was shit, wasn't it?" And he goes,
Mary
"Dude,
Poppins.
that was terrible." He goes, "It was shit." And I'm like, "Dude."
Look, I know people that absolutely loved it, and I'm not bad
but-
with people who do. Like,
No,
people like
everyone
what
has
they
their
like,
own
of
opinion.
course.
That's right. You got
It's
your
just
own.
that normally with me, I'm not so like a realization straight away. I looked at my
Yeah.
friend, I'm just like smirking at him. He's doing the same to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, glad it's not just me. And
Yeah.
then I said what I said, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just don't want people to think that I've like changed my mind because people have forced me to change it. It was my decision. Like I liked it coming out of it, but like I
the Laws
said,
of Jericho. and he
like I
changed it.
said, it's because it was Star Wars, and I was just so happy. Like even just seeing Luke on the screen doing a fight scene and all, even if it was astral projection, like all of that stuff melded for me at the end. I'm like, yeah, fucking
Do you
Star
know?
Wars.
Do you
But
know one of the things where I really reckon?
I just get too passionate about it.
Do you know one of the things where I really reckon they stuffed up? And this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they completely fucked up that they went 30 years in advance
Yeah.
and used the same actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Why couldn't they just go 10 years, go get a different Luke, get a
Yeah,
different
so-
Han Solo, big deal.
Sebastian
Yeah.
Go
Stan.
get...
They already cast a fucking new.
It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
look like him. Like, you know, Sebastian Stan, he looks like... But go get a good actor, mate. Go get Christian Bale and say, hey, man, be Han Solo. He'll do it. Go get Tom Hardy and say, be Han Solo.
Yeah.
These are good actors. Just
Yeah.
go... Why did they have to be a boys' club and get... Like, Luke is 75... He's 70 years old,
It sounds
bro.
like
Yeah.
they rushed everything.
I just
But you
think,
know what I mean? These actors, they're older. Like, what's he really going to be doing as a 70-year-old?
I just think they need
you know
to
what I
get
mean?
away. Like I know it sucks.
Does
and
anyone agree with that, though, that they
Yeah,
stuffed up with
yeah.
that? Like, they should have
Yeah.
just went with new actors, man,
I just-
and told a new story.
I think
Yeah.
the Skywalker saga, it just needs to finish, man. Like look, the Mandalorian, all that stuff that's happening now, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, all the TV series, I think is going to be great. It's going to fill in, and there's not going to be. You're not worrying about bumping into Luke Skywalker and
No,
Han
but
Solo and all that.
You
stuff.
know what, like...
But they need to focus on other stories. They need to give
They need
people.
to stop going so close to the.
They
the
need to give
saga
people
too.
the Star Wars that the fans want.
No, but
and
you know what
the
it
true
is?
fans I'm talking
Yeah.
about, because other people will embrace it. You go Old Republic.
Old Republic's the
You,
best.
you have to
Really.
go.
But
Old
apparently,
Republic.
so that's what I was going to say. Apparently, there's talk yesterday that they're delaying the Rogue Squadron
Yeah, I heard about
thing,
that.
and
yeah.
they reckon it's going to be an Old Republic movie.
It has to be. And if you
Yeah.
That'd
put
be
if you
epic,
put
bro.
Filoni and Favreau even producing is just somewhere in that.
I agree, Amanda. He is iconic, but it's just they'd waited too long. They were too
yeah.
old.
Yeah. It's probably not going to pull in as much money as because people know Skywalker. They hear Skywalker, anything
Yeah.
they're going to want to go see Star Wars. Star Wars, the Old Republic, big screen, and just introduce a
New-
whole new
everything.
set of fucking
Do you know
characters.
what? If they go anything to the Skywalker saga, do you know what they actually have to do? Make those
kids.
3 movies
Again,
non-canon,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
say, you know what, they're non-canon, like we did with all the comics.
Like
So
they
they
won't-
don't exist.
they won't do
Luke dying like that doesn't exist.
Disney,
We're redoing it.
Disney
Yeah.
would dig their heels into the fucking day that they're
don't
not.
know
They're
that.
not going to make.
You never know.
They will not make
But you
those
never
movies
know.
not
The,
canon.
the actors thing there, that's
Yeah.
also the reason they did that is to bring everyone back.
But
and
Harrison
tease it on
Ford,
it.
like Amanda's saying, I love him.
Yeah, of
he did
course.
not want to be there.
No. I
know,
he
I know.
said it. I hate Han Solo.
Yeah.
He
I
does
know.
not like the character.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
No, he liked playing it when he did it in the 70s, like the early
Oh,
late
did-
70s and
But he
80s.
just-
but everyone just same with Indiana Jones. Like they
Yeah,
just
like-
everyone just fucking thinks he's that person. And
Yeah,
just come up to him
no.
and fucking bug him.
It's like, hey, go. It's like now, right? I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, mate. But if a Conan movie comes out now, and
Well,
Arnold,
him.
I know,
But it wasn't him.
It was fucking Khal Drogo.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Momoa played him.
Momoa, yeah,
But if a Conan movie comes out 2021 and Arnold Schwarzenegger is Conan the Barbarian now, it's not going to be as good.
No, it won't.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because
Remake.
he's 75 years old.
You gotta be careful with remakes because you can really stuff them up.
Do you know what I
Like,
mean?
If you did
Yeah.
Back to the Future remake, you can't
Like,
do it.
No,
now.
again,
Can't
They're
do
not allowed.
Not allowed?
No, the director fucking put on cardboard.
again,
on it.
back to it, like the diehards.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
brought out these new diehards. It's not the same Bruce Willis, mate.
No.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Do you know
No,
what I mean?
of course not.
He's old.
It's not John McClane crawling through
Yeah.
the air ducts at Nakatomi Plaza, man. It's just
I
not.
know they don't know much about the subject, but is this a general consensus?
Mostly,
through
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
Star
but then-
Wars
but
fans?
then
But then you got these new
then
ones
you
that
got
are
the-
like, oh, we
Is there
like.
new ones there?
No, but then there's these
No.
new fans that are like, I like how they threw a spanner in.
Not
it.
even that. You get you get some.
Yeah,
I talk
they
to
love
people
it.
that are like older than me who watch
Yeah.
the original Star Wars, and they're like, "Oh my god, like they did fucking great."
You know what?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
I
thing,
love
that
it.
Sith thing, and then she's looking at it, and it just
Yeah.
like lines up with
Yeah.
everything. It's like,
So-
what is
I know,
going
it's
on?
just-
So if Disney's making money from it, they're going to keep producing.
I
that
think
kind
Disney's
of
the
stuff.
biggest company. They
I
own
think-
everything, bro. They
Yeah, I know.
own Marvel. They own
But
Star
I'm
Wars.
saying,
they own-
like-
They've seen the
Aliens
success of
now.
The Mandalorian, which everyone's loved.
Yeah.
They've gone back to practical effects. They still do CGI in that, but they're doing everything the way
Everything's grounded.
everything's
It feels
grounded.
good.
Oh, that's good.
It feels like you're in a fucking gritty western.
Yeah.
And
Is that,
Like, so this
is that because they've listened to the fans?
Oh,
I think so.
definitely. Yeah, of
I
course
think
it
so.
is.
Yeah,
Of course it is.
But it's just the two people that you
So-
got doing it. Like they
Yeah.
they understand, and they've
An
brought in
Obi-Wan Kenobi show's coming out this
Ewan
year.
McGregor, yeah.
With him playing it again. But that's going to be good because he's still
because
young.
he's meant to be
Yeah.
he's meant to be the age. That
No,
he
but
is
he's still
there.
young actor that, and he played the role well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's the same guy. Is that the same
Yeah,
guy?
Ewan
playing
McGregor,
in
yeah.
the
Yeah.
first
in the
prequels,
prequels, yeah.
Yeah, in the prequels.
So the example I made, I should have just said it perfectly. No, I shouldn't have said Conan. Were the new Terminators good?
I haven't even seen the
I
newest
didn't
one.
even see them.
Exactly.
I love the one with
I've
Captain
just heard-
Brewster.
Or,
Because he used to go.
so
"You Captain
any
Brewster."
Terminator, in my opinion, after Terminator 2 sucks balls.
Yeah, Terminator 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, as I said, Terminator 3.
The only one I didn't mind.
Sucks balls.
The only one I didn't mind was the one with Sam Worthington in the future.
And he sucks. He's terrible actor.
Is that the one
Hate
with
him.
with
The only
Christian
reason-
Bale?
Christian
Yeah,
Bale
yeah,
and-
that was
Christian Bale.
alright.
The only reason it was any good is because Christian Bale's a good actor.
100%.
Sam Worthington,
Yeah.
he's been involved in Avatar, and he's one of the worst actors
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my
He
life.
fucking
That
ruined
guy
Clash
is
of the
terrible.
Titans.
I didn't mind him.
No, but he's just so bland. He's got
Yeah,
no.
he's a bit bland.
Christian Bale
Do you know-
is an amazing actor.
Do you know
That's
what
the
movie
difference.
he's
Yeah.
great in? And it's not even a big budget one. It's I can't remember the name of it, but like his kid gets into an accident or something like that, hits her head, and he takes her to the hospital, and it's just a really it's a psycho sort of thriller where like he thinks they kidnap his child, and the whole movie is him like trying to
Oh, really?
rescue his child from the whatever, and there's a massive twist at the end. I can't remember the name of
What-
the movie. But it's a fucking
What
good
the problem
movie.
with what the problem KP Ruthless? Yeah, it's true, man. What the hey man, what the problem with Star Wars is right, and this is
there is many.
this is the other topic I'm going to get into for George
it's
is
Star Wars
you know,
fans.
there's so many fans.
ruined Star Wars.
They do because they get on the nostalgia. It's like all of a sudden they watch the prequels. Mace Windu's got to be the best now.
Yeah.
Because Samuel Jackson was there.
Yeah.
Or like George and his crew, Boba Fett's amazing.
Profit is amazing.
Before there was any comics and all that, okay, he looks good in that. Like we said it before, he looks good. But if you just watch the movies,
Yeah.
the first three,
Yeah.
how is he good? Tell me.
Was not
Just
even
tell
in the
me.
first
He's
one.
not, but it's that elusiveness.
Do you
Yeah,
know-
I know, but that's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
what it was?
So,
But
is
he didn't
Mandalorian a better character than Boba Fett? That's the question I'll put to you right now.
Din Djarin.
Yeah, that
is
character.
Din Djarin as Mandalorian.
Is he a not
Yes.
Din Djarin?
No,
You
no,
got to
no.
put him as a character.
Oh, yeah, Din Djarin.
Is that character a better character than Boba Fett?
Yes. Do you know why?
I agree.
Do you know why?
Totally
Because
agree.
they've given him 2 fucking seasons to
I agree.
establish that.
Yeah.
I agree.
But for what fucking saved it for me is Boba Fett. They know that he was such an iconic character. Everyone loved.
I
And do you know
know,
what
but
the allure?
Everyone doesn't love him.
Do you know what? No. Do you know what the allure of Boba Fett was? Was his armor.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm saying.
because
He looks
looked,
good.
It's because he looked menacing.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah, but-
all the toys and all that stuff, everyone like just even
Yeah,
after
I know,
the movies
but
came out,
Darth Vader looked good, but at least he did cool shit.
the Mandalorian,
He choked that bloke for
the Boba Fett suit was based off an early design of Darth Vader's suit.
Is that the guy that looked like
Oh,
Cabal
Okay.
from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, he's got the,
Yes,
the
with the
Yeah.
So
no.
but
No.
Yeah, I know you do.
reintroducing him and having him come back in the Mandalorian season 2, I thought was
Yeah, but
was great.
this is why I was saying it. Like I said, how they've redeemed themselves with.
They have.
Yeah, but
And they redeemed themselves
they've,
with him.
They've brought Boba Fett back.
Yeah.
Because they know for a fact they've got to make him look good because he's actually been shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
of
had
course.
Do you know what I mean? They're like,
But-
wait a second, we've actually got to make this guy
That-
live up to some of these
Yeah.
stories because he's actually been shit for 35
that
years.
fight scene in the second
It's
season.
true.
That fight scene in the second season, I thought was fucking awesome.
It was.
But not only that, because it came in, it showed him without his armor, using the Tusken Raiders
Yeah, I
thing and all
agree.
that, destroyed him. I think that scene might have even
Hey,
been.
Reborn!
Reborn. We were just talking about
Reborn.
you. And then when he finally got his armor on, and they showed how pimp he was actually meant to be.
Yeah, I
It was
know.
fucking great.
Listen, I get it, but what I've always said is I go by the movies. He got killed by Han Solo when he was blonde.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what other comparisons are there where there's like someone that's minimal but they're so elusive that just become like a cult?
There is
icon?
cult figures, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Like it's.
I can't think off the top of my head right now, but
It's
like
happened.
that
It's happened a
situation.
lot.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think. There would be.
Yeah.
There'd be
Like,
something.
And the fact, like, because This is what
It's
I
like Gimli in Lord of the Rings, man.
this
He
is
does-
what
he
this
does
is what
nothing.
I heard the plan was.
He's cool. I like it.
This is what I heard the plan was to begin with the Mandalorian. Did you know how when it first came out it said the Book of Din Djarin?
Yeah, no, it was only meant to be 1 or 2.
Chapter 1.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
chapter 2 was probably meant to be Boba Fett.
No, chapter 2 was always meant to be Din Djarin, and then they introduced Boba Fett, and then the third season was meant to be the Book of Boba Fett.
And it was meant to end with him.
Chapter 3. And then because
It's good reborn.
Din Djarin was that popular, like
he is. He's,
everyone fell in love with him in the first episode. Straight away.
Yeah,
like
he's
he's
a
just
champion.
the way that Pedro Pascal portrayed him, the walking and all that stuff and whatever. And then like 2 seasons, the merch went fucking crazy. Baby Yoda, blah blah blah.
yeah, so who's the best character to come out of Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
I reckon
Mando.
it's Grogu.
Greg.
No,
Grogu's
I
the
say
best.
Mando and a very close close
Grogu,
Grogu.
Baby Yoda
But
is.
he's hilarious.
It's not. It's just he is one of the best. You know why? Like you know how R2D2 had that
Yeah.
aura, like you're saying.
Yeah.
No one understood him.
No.
Yeah.
Same with Baby. You don't know.
Just
We don't know
the-
what to say, but he's just he is a legend.
Just
Yeah.
the eating of the fucking eggs.
Even
and stuff,
Jess
man.
loves Baby Yoda, and she's never seen an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a legend.
Well,
Look at him. We'll bring him up. He's
look,
Baby
my,
Where was it? No, we had his face there. Where was
Yeah,
it?
my
it is
Jess
Baby Yoda.
doesn't.
Look at him.
Oh.
That episode where he's eating that thing.
So that's actual Yoda.
It's a baby Yoda called Grogu.
It's
Oh, so it's not
same
actual Yoda.
species.
Same species.
But they never had a name for him in the first season. 'Cause
Grogu's the best.
No one knew who he
Even
was.
Reborn knows.
And then they finally they found someone that knew him and could talk to him, and they found out what his name was. His name was actually Grogu, but everyone just referred to him as Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that's what everyone refers to. He's
How
Baby
about-
Yoda.
What's those other guys?
That's Boba Fett and Darth Vader.
Can I just see Boba Fett?
Can I just see Boba Fett?
Because I don't know what it looks like.
That's Boba
Oh,
Fett in
that
the middle.
guy. I remember
and
that
Darth
guy.
Vader's the...
He was in the first one.
Yeah, he sucked.
He was in
the
Rocket Pack.
He was in
Yeah.
Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back and Return
So
of the
that's
Jedi.
what the Mandalorian armor looks like. That.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what the Mandalorian's based off of.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I must say, your enthusiasm, and it's just like I just love how excited he. Like I said before, just balls deep before anything even happens.
You
And
can
that's-
tell, eh?
I love
It's
it.
just-
I'm just saying,
there's
it's
so much
it's
energy
so
in the room,
cool,
man.
like, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's
I love
awesome.
Star We
you know.
love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is
I
Star
have
Wars your
just-
all-time favorite?
Yeah.
All time.
All time.
Nothing
See-
beats it.
see-
There's only one movie that beats it, man.
What's that?
Coming to America. It's not even a sci-fi. stuff.
So
Good morning, my neighbor.
I've read
It's the best.
I've read a few books. I've listened to audio novels. I have about how many comics have I got?
Heaps. We collected the Star Wars
I
comics
collected
everything for ages.
I can't keep up with it now because it's a lot of money to just commit to comic books. But underneath my bed at home, they're all plasticed up and bordered and all that stuff because we collected all sorts of comics. I've probably got a few hundred Star Wars comics, and these are all the stories that from Dark Horse and all that theme that they turned around and said, "Oh, by the way, guys, Disney's bought this out
They're
now,
non-canon.
so these are legends now."
So they're not. They're called non-canon.
Yeah,
they're
non-canon,
legends. So they
so-
didn't exist really.
So
Yeah.
they're like,
and that's what I'm saying. They
they're
should
like-
do with the new movies. Make them non-canon.
Yeah.
Say they don't exist
They're
because
like
they suck.
they're a good story. They're good to have and
Yeah.
all that, but Disney aren't recognizing them as what really happened. The only thing Disney kept were
Yeah, the movies.
and
what-
the
and
Clone Wars,
Clone Wars,
Rebels, what they did, and all that stuff,
animated
and,
shows.
and,
Yeah,
and,
that's
everything else they said is
Listen, I watched
look, it's
Rebels. I liked it.
it's
Yeah.
like an alternate reality sort of thing. It's maybe what might have happened or whatever.
Oh,
But-
now-
but
now
back
the-
in the day when they
Well,
were
they brought
releasing
Grand
it all,
Admiral Thrawn back.
Yeah, they're
but-
drip feeding a lot of the stuff
yeah,
back.
they're drip feeding.
Yeah.
They're taking Thrawn. They've got like they're going to introduce Revan. I'm telling you,
They have
they
to.
called one of the
Yeah, they
ships
have to.
in
They will
Rise of
introduce
Skywalker. They called it the Revan.
They will introduce
So,
it.
yeah.
Was this George Lucas's vision or not?
No,
The start was.
he basically turned around and said, "Look, I can't hang on to Star Wars forever because if I do, once I die, it's not going to carry on." So he goes,
And plus, they offered him $4.3 billion.
who can I sell it to?
Yeah.
Who can I sell it to that's
Only.
going to honor Star Wars?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be able to carry on Star Wars forever.
Yeah.
And the only people that probably would have been able to do it was Disney because they're that big.
But he gave them
He
His
gave,
stories.
he gave them all the stories.
Oh,
they didn't use
right. So there is other stories
They
that he
didn't
had.
use them.
Use
Yeah.
these if you want,
But they don't
guys.
use them.
Yeah, they just
His story
they
would have been
discarded-
Luke kicking everyone's ass or some
Yeah.
shit.
They discarded
There,
everything.
there is a great
Yeah.
series called Dark Empire
That's the
and
best.
Dark Empire 2,
It's the best.
where I don't want
Luke
too
goes
much
to the
into
dark
it.
side
Luke-
and
Luke-
comes back,
Yeah,
but he does it on purpose.
He converts to the dark side to find out what, because the
Yeah.
Emperor had all these plans of clones,
and everyone
ships
thinks
and
he's gone
Oh.
bad,
stuff, and
but
everyone-
he's doing it on purpose.
and he's
It's
gone
a series.
It's a comic book.
comic book series,
Oh.
and it's a book. It's a novel
a-
as well.
yeah, novel.
And he goes to the dark side, but he does it on purpose
So he can infiltrate.
so he can
pretty much.
infiltrate, and then basically turns back.
And
And no other Jedi's ever done that before in the history of whatever.
He's the best.
But that's not a bit on screen though.
No, comics
How
and
cool
novels
would that
and
be
books.
though?
Well, that's what everyone said.
That's what
Everyone
they
was
say.
like, do Dark
Man,
Empire.
I'll watch that.
But they didn't do it. Everyone was like, do Dark Empire.
All you needed to do for those trilogies was
was make
follow
Dark Empire.
even a prequel a bit into like before Dark Empire, a couple of things, and then do the last 2 movies as Dark Empire and Dark Empire 2. And yeah, the people that have read the comics and all that stuff would have, would have known what was going on.
What about all the people that have read
Marvel.
Infinity Wars
exactly,
and
all
watched
that
Thanos
stuff.
come
So all the people,
No.
all the casual fans that would have just come in from Star Wars would have been like, "What the fuck, man? This is fucking."
and
awesome.
all the normal fans would be loving it.
Like
Yeah.
That sounds.
it does sound awesome, and it should have been awesome, but they didn't do it.
Could they?
They were comics. They
No,
were.
they can't because they've fucking done it another way.
They
But they
threw
still,
it
Oh, so
they,
you can't
they
go
could
back.
still do
There's
it.
no way you can go back.
Like do what I'm
Good, but
saying.
It's
The
it's
only-
what
Huh?
KP
The
said.
only way they can do it
Oh,
is
like make
to
them not
basically
count
just say, "Hey, we fucked up."
Yeah.
And
And
we're gonna
admit it.
redo it.
Admit it.
It's like the Game of Thrones last episode.
I hated the last episode.
I had
I've
the
never
last,
seen
the
it.
last season.
I've never
No,
seen
no,
the whole
but that whole season can be redone.
Yeah, of
I
course.
didn't-
Even
It should be redone.
The last season for me of Game of Thrones was actually okay because I didn't mind the whole White Walker battle and all that stuff. I didn't.
Stop spoiling, man. I haven't seen it.
It was too rushed, man. The whole thing
No,
was
the
rushed.
thing is, I don't mind how they got to the end.
The
right?
actors
Even though
didn't
it's
want to be there,
annoying.
man. They could have done another 4
No, I know,
seasons.
but I'm just saying, yeah, it needed to be paced out to reach that ending. Rather
Sorry,
than,
spoilers, but Jon Snow just walked away. Like, come on, man.
yeah, I know.
Like that was bullshit.
But the thing is, if it went on long enough to
Who's it?
explain everything in detail as a whole series,
It's like even
beginning,
Mandalorian.
it would have been
It
made more sense.
No, because the whole seasons
Isn't
leading
Jon
up
Snow
to
the
that,
guy
they
from
were
Hunger Games?
they had like such shock value, like they were killing off characters.
Oh.
You know, they were killing off characters, making everyone freak out, and then like it was all fan service the last season.
Imagine this podcast was around when that last episode came out. We would have smashed it.
Do you know what would have
It
happened?
would have been
Do you know what would have
blood
happened?
on the streets.
Yeah.
I would have sat here and I wouldn't have known what you were talking about.
Put it to you, if Ginger was in here,
Listen,
bigger Game of Thrones fan, like one of our
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
from the UK, like she's bigger
Yeah.
Game of Thrones fan than anyone I know, and yeah, like even like we were
Was she upset?
texting each other like throughout while it was happening. We're like, what the fuck is going on?
It was,
No,
it was
it's hard for
crap,
her to
man.
do.
And I love that movie. I love the whole thing. And the last season.
So
just
here's the
killed it
thing,
for
man.
me.
all I remember everyone
This is one
saying
of
to
the-
me was, go watch Game of Thrones.
This
I
is
was
one
like,
of those
"That's for an
shows
hour."
that Lucas introduced. Lucas was begging me for like 3-4 seasons. He went and bought me.
I even bought him season
he
1. I'm
bought-
like,
Oh,
let's start
great.
watching.
He bought me the season 1 on Blu-ray. Got me addicted to it, and we were like, you know, like it was about 4 seasons in, and then we binged 4 seasons. Then we had to wait and then.
You hate when you have to wait.
Yeah.
You know, but here's the thing: we loved it, man. Jess and I was like our favorite show.
Yeah.
And then fucking that last season, man. Like that last season was that bad that
so
it was
bad.
like I don't want to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to watch it either again.
Right,
Well,
because
Me neither.
I'll watch it from the start. I'll watch it from the start and go, oh man, this is so good. It's so good. Oh, what the fuck?
oh, that first season's the best ever.
Listen,
Yeah.
can
The
I
first couple of
can I
seasons.
tell you something?
There's 4.
But that's
Hey,
no, for
Can I,
particular, the
can
number
I
one
tell you
season is
something?
really good.
We touched on this last week. I haven't seen Game of Thrones. No one liked the last episode of Seinfeld, but I still watch every episode.
Nah, different, man.
Different, man.
No, no,
I like Seinfeld
Seinfeld,
episode.
Seinfeld's my all-time
No
favorite.
show,
Yeah.
no show that ends is gonna make people happy.
No,
put it
but
No,
this was
this-
different, man.
yeah,
You were
But no, but-
expecting something different.
Yeah, I know that, but
Seinfeld,
but no,
Seinfeld
it's not
I
even.
like the last
no,
episode.
It's not even Seinfeld. It's when a show ends,
People are upset.
no one's gonna be happy.
Oh, of course, I understand, but
And everyone knew that was going to be the last season of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
So
was
everyone was
building
probably
to
going
something.
into it pissed off
The
to
only
begin with.
show that I think
You know what I mean?
it's-
has ended great was Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad's one of the all-time best.
I haven't
Have you
seen
seen Breaking
it.
Bad?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
It is-
you have
it
to
is-
watch Breaking Bad.
When you
Best
finish,
ending.
listen,
It is one of the
Oh,
best.
listen.
They didn't even need the El Camino.
Listen.
They didn't need.
No.
listen,
But it was
Camino.
good.
When
was-
you finish
mate.
watching, when you finish watching you, I'll watch Breaking Bad.
Alright.
a good show,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I'm watching
You
it.
is the
You
best.
is awesome. But
You-
Breaking Bad is
After
awesome,
40.
man.
Yeah.
And then the spin-off
She
with
hasn't
Jesse.
seen Season
Have you
2.
seen the spin-off with Jesse?
Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the El Camino.
Yeah, have you seen the spin-off? Is it called El Camino?
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called.
yeah, the
I
one
was
with
calling
yeah,
you
yeah.
El Camino.
How good is it?
I was calling
I
you El
liked
Camino.
it, but I didn't think they needed it.
No, they don't need it. No.
It was a great thing, but it's like, well, they don't really need
Yeah,
it.
I've been
But
told
the
by
ending
lots
of-
people about Breaking Bad. I still haven't watched it.
You gotta watch it, man.
Yeah, I need.
Makes you like,
You
what,
got-
this is what's going on,
Yeah.
and it's
Look,
like it just keeps you wanting more.
When Jess and
Yeah.
I first started watching it, we were 3 episodes in, and Jess was like, I don't know.
That's like Amanda.
I'm not,
Amanda's
I'm
the
not,
same.
I'm not
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
into it. we got to the end of the first season, and she's like, "We gotta watch more.
It's,
We gotta watch more." And it's like,
I
it's
can't
literally,
believe-
it's literally up there.
Listen, I
without-
can't take Tim Watley seriously.
I know that's the thing, but
Okay?
yeah,
I cannot take
Yeah,
Tim
but
Watley
he's
seriously.
different.
he's different, isn't he?
He's different.
Yeah, no, but
I look at him.
Chris, I was trying to tell you this last week.
Yeah.
George and Jess may be the only two people that know how much Seinfeld I've watched. Right?
Yeah, we've
I-
watched a lot.
Listen,
You is so good. You is so
I've
good.
told George bits about... George's a huge Seinfeld fan. I told him this bit with Kramer with the milk, and he tripped out. He goes, how do you know? I go, I've watched
Yeah,
that much Seinfeld. I can't take Tim Watley seriously.
You know, I was watching Seinfeld the other day.
I watch Seinfeld every
I
night.
was actually watching the car park episode. But
dude, I've got. I've,
you're a
I watch
Now
Seinfeld
that-
every day.
now that it's on Netflix,
yeah, I was watching it
now
on
that it's on
Netflix.
Netflix,
Dude.
I literally have it running like when I'm at work in my headset. While I'm
How good is it?
Yeah, you,
Seinfeld is the best.
Alexandra, you is the best. You rocks. You
Yeah,
is amazing.
It's
I
fucking
agree.
hilarious.
You is-
But I'm only up to the first season. I'm not
That's all
like
right.
last episode or second to last.
That's
She's
all right.
still with the
with Beck.
with Beck.
You is
Gwen-
good.
Well,
Guinevere.
still. I hope you're still with her.
Guinevere.
You is good, man. You is good.
Guinevere.
What's
You
that?
don't have to
Is that
take
her
him
name?
seriously.
Guinevere
There you go.
Beck?
Amanda's saying I don't
chick
have to
with
take
the
Tim
blonde
Watley
hair.
seriously.
The
That's a
blonde name
good.
was Beck.
That's a good sign.
Beck.
Beck, Guinevere Beck.
Could have
That's her
been.
name.
Oh, was it Gwyneth Beck? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the full name, man. I'm that crazy.
So we've batted on about Star Wars for a little bit.
Look, we.
Hey, Star Wars is great. I loved it.
So-
I
the final
I
question-
could bang on about Star Wars.
Listen, the
Yeah.
final question I'm going to is, and no one said yes or no yet. Has Disney ruined Star Wars?
Well, you asked me this
Wait,
question before.
Lucas first.
Yes,
We'll go
yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
They ruined it.
Yeah.
I agree because. Do you know
As
why
a
I say
yes or no
yes?
answer, yes.
Do you know why I say yes? I love Mandalorian. Like George is saying, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
But Star Wars is to be known for its movies, not for
Yes.
its TV shows. That's why Disney's ruined Star, in my opinion. George, you got to give an answer.
Can I say yes, but they've redeemed themselves? No, they
Redeeming yourself still means you
okay,
did something wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So movies, they have not done well. Like the only decent movies, I didn't mind Solo. I didn't think it was shit. Rogue One, I thought was fucking great.
Rogue One was okay. Yeah.
Rogue One was fucking awesome. And
But see,
and
what did Rogue One do? Rogue One gave that bit right at the end.
Yes.
They gave Darth Vader what Mandalorian did to Luke.
Yes.
Gave him that
they
moment.
gave him
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah, but
You
that
know?
doesn't. Rogue One is the.
It's still a
is-
Star Wars story.
It's an anthology movie.
But
Like
it's not.
set
It's
to
not
the-
connected to the.
No, it is.
Oh,
It's
it is.
connected to
Oh, it
the-
is.
The end of Rogue One,
Yeah.
goes-
when he comes in and kills everyone, Darth Vader,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the start of the first movie.
That ties
where he's
straight into
chasing
the
Princess
original
Leia.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
10 minutes later is the start of the first movie.
Yeah.
What? No,
Yeah.
New Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where he crashes and gets Princess Leia.
So
See, I'm gonna watch it. I haven't watched Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at the end, he goes and kills all the people.
Yeah,
and
I've watched
it's
all
his
6 of
leading.
them.
yeah, Rogue
Yeah.
One, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, Rogue One's good.
They did really good with it. And then with the Mando, and like just getting to see Ahsoka live action and Boba Fett live action, all that stuff, the way that they did all the practical effects and stuff, yeah, very, very, very pleased with the way they're going with it. I've not been happy with the last couple of movies, not at all. But yeah, just very excited.
So what
for
he's
the-
saying is they've ruined it.
Are they gonna make a new movie?
They have to.
what's
They've
the-
invested.
Well, they reckon the Old Republic's coming out.
They've
That's what
invested
I've
what's
heard.
the
two.
timeline
Oh no,
for the
there's
next few things?
there's
Rogue Squadron has been delayed.
It's
And
been
the
delayed.
reason they're saying they're delaying it is because the huge talk is that they're bringing out an Old Republic
Yeah.
movie instead.
What does
So-
that mean by Old Republic?
Old Republic is a different timeline with this guy Revan and all that,
Thousands
where
of
there was
years
heaps of
before.
Jedis and heaps of Siths
Oh,
around.
that's awesome. That'll
Yeah.
be cool.
It'll be the best.
Exactly.
And listen, there was good
This
characters
guy's
there.
frothing, man.
No, but it'll be good. It'll be good. Like it was.
So what? So they're obviously Book of Boba Fett's next.
Book of Boba
What's
Fett's
after
next,
that?
and I think it's either
it
Obi-Wan.
It'll be
Is that the next
Obi-Wan
one?
And
then it'll be-
Ahsoka.
and there'll be Mando, and then Ahsoka. I think.
Ahsoka. Yeah. I think they're delaying Mando behind Ahsoka. I've
Yeah.
heard now,
Okay.
but
I think they're
So it's
trying
all
to figure
series
out
coming up.
because everyone was
it's
a bit
because Din Djarin is doing Last of Us now as well.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
of
He's
course.
shooting Last
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Us. He's popular now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a, he's become popular. It's like Henry Cavill out of nowhere. He became big, so
Yeah.
all of his things are delayed. 'cause
Well, he's
doing
really
so-
good in Game of Thrones season 4.
There you go.
Exactly. He was like one of the highlights of the fucking
Yeah.
the show.
Cool guys. Do you guys like anime?
Love anime.
Dragon Ball Z.
They did ruin Night Before
I
Christmas,
watched it,
bro.
I watched it all up until past the Cell series after they did
Oh,
Cell.
you haven't seen the
I haven't
Boo?
seen. Yeah, I haven't seen.
I could talk
yeah.
about Dragon Ball Z
Listen,
all day. Like
when the
talking about Star
Don,
Wars.
when
I
the
know so much about
Don,
Dragon Ball
when the
Z.
Don
Johnny
leaves,
G introduced us to
yeah,
it.
when
yeah.
no, he didn't introduce us.
Mate.
When the Don leaves the room, I'll just tell you, me and John used to wag school.
We used to wax to watch
watch
Dragon Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball Z.
So did I. I got Dragon Ball Z stuffed up my my
No, 'cause
inspiration.
I used to get off the bus.
To go to uni and
I used to
stuff.
get off the
Dragon
bus.
Ball Z, man.
I used to get off the bus and walk to John's house, and we just stay and watch Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z is why I'm the man I am today.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z. Oh wait, he's back. He's back. He's back.
Don't tell him.
Go, go.
Hang your head in shame.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, well, anything else on Star Wars, guys? Anything else you want to...
I
One last
must-
final word.
I must say that was a good civil discussion.
It was.
No,
I was
look,
going to get more heated.
No,
Reborn.
we're not-
I'll tell you what. Besides being a Liverpool fan, Reborn,
someone say Dragon
are a
Ball Z?
champion.
No,
Oh yeah,
no,
he's a free froth
Hey.
No, me
record.
and KP,
Alright.
me and
Look,
KP
Jess
have
said-
very
Jess has put in
passionate discussions
Love The
about
Witcher.
Star Wars,
I love The Witcher.
Yeah, I did too.
which is great.
Yeah.
And the game, Witcher 3
Yeah.
and Witcher and all that.
You know why I'm not playing
Oh.
Witcher 3 at the moment? I was replaying it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I've stopped playing because
Spoilers.
they're bringing out the PS5 version.
Oh yeah, the upgrade.
So I'm
got it
going
on
to
PC.
play it next year
Yeah.
on PS5.
Yeah, Witcher, I cannot wait for because
Yeah, Witcher's good.
Henry Cavill nailed that fucking role.
Oh, he's champion.
My daughter loves Witcher. She
Yeah.
always talks about
Listen,
it. I've
I
not watched
say,
it, though.
this argument to Jess. Right? Jess goes, she hated Henry Cavill like in Superman and shit, right? And I go, yeah, but do you know what the thing about it is? You hated him in that. It's because Superman is a gay character. Like, he's a lame character.
Yeah, he's
So Clark Kent's lame. No, I love
Might
Superman.
be some gay
Superman-
people.
Listen, do you know how many Superman comics I got?
Su-
I love
Superman's
Superman, but
his favourite character.
No, he's
Yeah.
not. Batman's my
No,
favorite.
Batman,
but
sorry.
Superman is a Boy Scout,
Yeah, yeah.
so he's a boring character. So you're not going to like the guy that plays him because it's boring. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what it is. Whereas The Witcher, he's this badass.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh wait, that actor's doing that really well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
The worst Superman was that one that played that one time. It was the worst.
Brendan Roth.
Brendan Ralph.
Yeah.
It's because the movie sucked though.
The movie.
You got to give people their placements.
Kevin Spacey was the
No,
worst.
but what you got to do is you got to
He
give.
was, eh?
What you got to do
Next.
is you got to look at. You got to give people.
He's a good actor though.
He is
You
a
got to
good
give
actor.
people like their placements. Like, hey, he's put in this crap role, crap cast.
Yeah.
That's why it was crap.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Look,
Like,
yeah.
Definitely, I love that Batman versus Superman. That was awesome.
See, I
I like.
I
the
like
fight.
the director's cut of that, the extended version. I thought it was good.
The Batman versus
Yeah.
Superman.
I haven't seen it.
I just love when they fight.
Listen,
Kieran,
Like,
Kieran,
when they
Batman,
fight. Oh, man,
listen,
I love it.
Batman.
he's not an athlete guy.
I don't mind. Don't care that he did it.
But
Batman
Batman-
is the best character.
Yeah, because he's relatable.
It's not that he's relatable. You know they always say, "Here's what." Not that he's human. A superhero is only as good as his villains.
Oh yeah,
Batman has the best villains because the Joker's the best.
yeah.
Every person that's played the Joker has either won an Oscar or been nominated for an Oscar besides this lame dude called
Well-
Jared Leto because he sucked.
Well, we did talk about Heath Ledger.
But that's what I'm
so
saying. Like, another one. Oh, you got to do it in here. You got to go in here.
They love us, man.
They love us. You guys
Oh,
keep talking for a second and we'll...
Yeah. So
Well,
look, on that
on that note,
I love Star Wars.
love Star Wars.
I always have.
Maybe we'll do a Dragon Ball Z podcast.
That'd be the best.
Yeah.
Just talk about
That'd
Dragon
be
Ball.
the best.
But
Yeah,
John
so-
has to be on that one.
Yeah, he has to be. So
Because-
what I was saying is, Batman, what they think is they keep ruining with him. And hopefully this new guy gets it right. Robert Pattinson
Who's the
is,
new
Robert
guy?
Pattinson is the new
The
Batman.
guy from Twilight.
No way.
Dude, it
Yes.
actually looks okay.
Listen.
Really?
And Christian Bale has actually come out and said, even a lot of actors have come out and said, I'm really interested to see what Pattinson does with this.
We got rid of it, Alan.
Because, just because he played
Listen,
just because he played the
hopefully
douche in Twilight.
they get it right. But the thing about Batman is, if you don't know comics, I've collected Batman my whole life.
Yeah, Batman's my favorite.
Batman, people that don't know about comics think Superman these days because of Marvel. Iron Man is a B-grade superhero.
He was.
No one even knew who he was.
But they didn't have the
They
rights.
made him in a movie because he was B-grade. That's what it was. So
Yeah.
the Avengers, even Captain America was a B-grade. Like, he wasn't a big... Batman is held in this esteem where every other character...
Yeah. What's better, DC or Marvel?
I personally think DC, but the Marvel movies are obviously better.
The Marvel
but
movies
DC
better, but
Comics are
DC
better,
Comics
I reckon.
and their characters and all
Are
that,
better.
they're way more godlike and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, when you watch like some of the animes that
they're animated
that
versions
DC pull out, like
are the best.
Flashpoint
Yeah.
Paradox and a few of these
Yeah.
other
Under
ones.
the Red Hood, Batman
Under
is
the
the
Red
best,
Hood,
one
like
the best
some of the
things
fucking animes that DC put out.
Mark Hamill was the Joker.
Yeah.
So Luke Skywalker, he was the Joker in the animated series for 6 years. That's what he was doing when he wasn't doing work.
Yeah.
And then he was the voice for the games. That's what he does.
wow.
He does voiceovers because
Yeah,
he's the
his
best
voice-
at it.
Before we go, best Batman ever. I'll say my first, Michael Keaton.
It was close. Well, in movies you're talking about.
Movies. Best Batman.
Because I was going to say Kevin Conroy, but
Michael Keaton for me.
I don't know.
best Batman?
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, he nailed it.
He
man.
did.
It's only because,
It's only like
you know what?
Heath Ledger.
Michael Keaton's a real good actor. Christian Bale is. I think he's on the echelon. No, but what it is he got into the role like
No one else.
he was huge.
Oh yeah,
But
I agree.
He was Bruce Wayne.
I reckon like there's like a
yeah.
like a little hair. in
Michael
between
Keaton did
how good
perfect.
he is between
Michael Keaton did perfect for the Tim Burton role.
Yeah.
the director.
He did. That's what. Yeah.
That's true. I agree.
Very interested. Like, you might not know this, but like the new Flash movie that they're doing like the Flash. They're trying to.
Paradox.
They're doing the Flashpoint paradox is a bit like what Marvel are trying to do with the alternate universes and
Yeah.
all that multiverse. And Flashpoint paradoxes is like different multiverses and stuff. Michael Keaton is reprising
Yeah, he
his
is.
role
Yeah, he will.
as Batman.
They will
in the
get.
Flash-
They will
in
try
the
and get
Flashpoint
Christian
paradox.
Bale as well.
In the Flashpoint
Michael
paradox
Keaton-
with the Batmobile and all
That's
that.
not what he'll
That would be
do.
so
I
cool,
guarantee
man.
you that's what they're telling us. Do you know who he'll be?
Who?
Michael Keaton will play the Flashpoint Paradox version of Batman, which is Thomas Wayne,
Yeah.
where he lived, and Bruce and the mum died,
Yes.
and he's in an alternate universe where he's a
Yes.
psycho Batman that kills people. and shit.
Yes.
Ah.
Same as
That'd be
That's
cool.
how he'll play.
Same as the
That would be
cartoon.
cool.
That's, he is. And Flash meets him, and in the comic, he goes back in time and he goes, "Oi, Bruce, I got something for you," and he gives him a letter that Thomas wrote, and it's the only time that Batman's ever cried on. You know, that's the
Yeah.
the
I
story.
reckon Ben Affleck did okay.
He
but
did. Ben Affleck was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't the best, but
It's just that the movies sucked. Like the stories
I
were.
didn't mind that. I didn't
That's
mind
what
the
it
fight.
was. They
The fight
ruined.
with
Yeah, no,
Superman
that was okay, but they ruined
They,
these.
they
Yeah.
introduced Doomsday way too quick.
It's too quick, and it was a crap Doomsday. Get the rule, you know.
So,
You know what I mean?
are we gonna? Should we move on to the Rogan File? Are you
Well, we
staying
hear
for this
that,
one? or not?
I've got about another 10 minutes.
George can come in for the start.
Come
but
on,
we're
start,
gonna.
and then we'll have a little break, and then we'll just come back and finish.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I'll keep it on live, and I'll be driving. So
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So we're gonna get into our favorite clip, isn't it? Our segment, the Rogan Files. So we've got to bring up our
Here we go.
favorite clip of all
Hopefully it's not
time.
too loud.
I think I turned it down, but it was too loud. Too loud. Yeah, I turned it down.
Well,
Chris,
you know, everyone
hey,
knows
did
why
that-
we call it the
did
Rogan
that
Files. It did hurt.
When you did that scene, were you? Do you know the story behind that clip? When I said to Chris, I'm like, dude, you haven't seen it, have you? Bad Neighbours.
I haven't seen
I'm
it.
like, there's this
You
clip
haven't
in
seen
Bad
the movie,
Neighbours.
and it's
Nah,
I'm like, you gotta see
we-
it.
she-
And he went and I showed him the clip, and he just cracked
Great
him up.
movie.
I'm like,
Hilarious.
I will watch it. I will watch it. I'm just
So-
watching so many things. Like,
I know. Gotta catch up.
I know.
Apparently, Alan didn't see it.
Alan didn't see it?
No, I'm just saying that. Just excuse to play it.
Sorry, Alan. Here we go again. Oh!
Hey. All right, so
It hurts every time.
everyone knows why we call it the Rogan Files. The Aussie Seth Rogen. He's
That's
been
me.
named by one of our
One of our-
HFD communities fans, Sammy.
Sammy, I haven't seen him for a
I
while.
haven't seen him for a while. I
Hopefully
think
he
he
comes
got a
back.
bit upset that the big V didn't kill you, but
I know.
what do you do?
So what?
So we lead over to you for the Rogan Files, don't we, man?
Well, what are we doing today, KP? What do you
Today we are doing Hollow Earth Chapter 2.
Hold on, chapter 2. Jeez.
I'm only
You're only joking, man.
I was like, geez, there's more to this one.
Did anyone clip Lucas's face then or what?
He was telling me the other day, he goes, I'm gonna fuck with Lucas.
Did anyone clip
I don't
Lucas's
even know if
face
there
then?
it could be another chapter 2.
Chapter
No,
2,
no.
Chapter 2 would have been like this,
No.
just Lucas like this.
Oh, I'm gonna
Nah, look.
I'm gonna fuck with Lucas and see what his face.
Honestly, that was fascinating though. That was just
Alright, so big
crazy.
man, what are we actually doing?
Well, we're actually doing the missing plane, the MH370 that disappeared off
Malaysian
the
Airlines.
coast of Perth, was it? Western Australia? Yeah, so this happened
not that long ago already.
about 6-7 years ago.
It was 14, was it?
2014,
Jeez. There
so
you go.
about 7 years ago. And look, this made headlines all over the world.
Well, we'll let you read a
If
few
you guys
things about
remember,
it.
you guys remember,
I remember it, yeah.
yeah. So
Do you know what freaked me out? Before you go, do you know what freaked me out about this?
actually, give him that one because it's got highlighted, and we can share.
That's
this
alright, I
one.
don't care.
No, you can hang on to that because
So,
I'm not gonna be here
After
for all of
when
it anyway.
when the Malaysian airline things happened, just before you get into it, I'll tell you
Yeah.
this. When me and Jess went to America, and like our flight was through another, I can't remember what their subsidiary like company is, but it was
Yeah.
like
You didn't put the graphic up.
for what?
Malaysian Airlines.
Like, yeah, we'll get him up. We'll get him up.
Yeah, we'll get him.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
What happened?
There you go. What happened? What happened to that? Yeah. So, me and Jess went to America, and we went on. I can't remember what airline it was with, but then we found out later that Malaysian Airlines owned that airline.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god.
What year was that like?
Like the year before.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. Well, it was around that time. Like it was.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were scared to fly after that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like I was always thinking, oh man, what if this plane?
Disclaimer, guys. Don't listen to us what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
this is just
If
what
you
we.
haven't seen the Rogan Files, you haven't seen a conspiracy.
Look, man, we're on the fence. Like this is just information that we've gathered and what people around the world think and don't think.
Well, as Con said before, the Earth is flat.
Well, is it flat? He
That's what
really
he's-
believes it is flat.
he does believe it.
He's actually coming in to do a show
He wants
about
to.
the
He's
flat
dead
Earth.
set on the flat
Because
Earth.
he's
Go on.
a full believer.
Yeah, he loves
Full
it.
believer of flat Earth. So
Many people are, man. Many
they
people
are. They are. So I don't know. We'll get to that.
It looks flat.
What's flat?
Exactly.
Well, we'll get to. Maybe talk about that another time. Because it's like you get to a whole different
Derailed,
realm.
yeah.
After the
Keep talking about that, you end up at Hollow Earth.
Yeah, you do.
after
You can't though, because the whole Earth is round.
I saw the excavator, it looked flat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So
We'll let you go.
basically,
Yeah, you go,
somewhere in the vast expanse of the Earth's ocean lies the MH370. So the Malaysian Airlines flight disappeared on the 8th of March 2014, and 239 people were on board. So that's a lot of people
Yeah,
to go missing,
Yeah.
right? The MH370 disappeared from air traffic control radar 38 minutes into flight from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and it was going to Beijing, China. Analysts from satellite and radar data showed it had kept flying for another 7 hours. So after it lost communication.
It kept flying for 7 hours.
That's right. So conspiracy theories about what happened. There was a lot of different ones on social media. People speculated about the involvement of organ harvests, black holes,
Oh my
aliens,
God.
North Korea. I didn't hear the North Korea one. And other theories, including that it was a murder-suicide plot by the pilots, or that the pilot was unconscious and have been taken more seriously, although never confirmed. So these were not really taken seriously.
Well, yeah.
Look, because I'm going to be leaving pretty soon. I just want to put it out there. Do you think it could have been something similar to what happened to our family?
Well, I said this to Chris. Our cousin's family was actually on a flight to Athens that the pilot forgot to press the cabin pressure, and it was on autopilot pretty much to Athens, and the jets got next to it, and they could see the people there like dead, hanging, and
something happened with the cabin pressure and froze.
he forgot to press a button. They reckon it was as simple as he forgot to press a button.
It basically froze everyone.
And
inside
like
the plane.
my cousin, his family, and all the other people on that, or our cousin, his family, and all the other people on that flight lost their lives. But the conspiracy to it was, did it go crash in the water, or did those jets shoot it down because it was going on autopilot to Athens?
Yeah.
And something similar could have happened, but wouldn't they have the remains of this flight? That's the difference.
Yeah.
Well, they probably couldn't.
They
have,
found the remains of that flight.
Didn't they find the box of this one?
I think they found the black box of the second Malaysian Airlines
They
flight.
haven't
the one
found
that got-
nothing of this.
The one that got shot
Just
by,
gone.
No, it's gone.
from Ukraine.
Yeah.
A couple of months later. But this one, I don't think they've ever found anything, to my knowledge.
Well, there you go. That's all I was.
That's why it's out. It's weird.
That's why I put that out
It's
there.
really
because I'm
weird.
Like, could something like that have happened? But
I said that as well.
Yeah.
To Chris.
There's a lot of different theories of what happened, but look, it's
sorry,
odd.
I just
It's-
because I know I'm not going to be. I just wanted to put that out there. But you carry on.
you had 227 passengers. You had two pilots, 10 crew members, and 227 passengers, and you had a cargo of like 14,296 kilos. It was a planned flight for 5 hours. Everything looked a-okay when it left Kuala Lumpur. It was actually heading, in the right direction, and then all of a sudden they lost communication, and then they saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could still see it on the radar.
Yeah.
And it just deviated, it went the other way.
Yeah.
And then apparently it went south, and they lost, and then it went off the radar after, and then they reckon it went into the ocean. And where it went into the ocean, it's so deep, they reckon that
The
it can't.
abyss.
It's like in the abyss, man.
But they've been to the abyss now. Like I've seen things where they've been to the doorsteps.
Why
of
can't
the
they
ocean.
find, you know what I mean? But I don't know. And some people say that, you might not ever see it come back up because it went so deep. But then other people saying, "Oh no, you should see it." Like all these different theories. This just tells you about the communication lost. All the this talks about all the communication that was lost during it, and there was
On that note, I'm gonna keep you guys on here. I'm gonna go pick up a job.
Go for it, man. Look,
it's been a pleasure.
Look, guys, we'll just be back in 2 seconds.
We're just going to bring up
been a pleasure, everyone. These guys will be back.
Gio's going to say goodbye, and we're just going to bring up a clip of our 10 cheeseburger chat.
And right back with the rest of...
And hopefully they'll have me back soon.
Definitely.
Today, we're doing another massive challenge. Me and Jimmy, we're doing 10 cheeseburgers challenge. No time limit, see what we go, but trying to get below 10 minutes. And then we got KP and Mr. Professor X doing the double quarter pounder and see how fast they can eat one double quarter pounder. See how fast they can do it.
In the mouth.
Alright, ready, set, go.
Oh, dude.
Come on, boys, you can use your water.
Figure them up with that. Yep. It's hard to maneuver.
Man, I reckon you're gonna beat your last time. You're at 52 seconds.
You did it in 9 seconds, bro.
How you doing 9 seconds?
This is the best. How many reckon he's gonna do? I reckon he's gonna smash it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, we are back.
So
sorry about that, Gio. We just have to say goodbye to Gio.
Before we keep getting into that, Reborn, you said goodbye to Gio there. He's actually going to be joining in on Tuesday night with me and John in the Johnny and KP show because he is a Man United fan as well. So you can come say hello to him there.
Jeez, I got this whole time for myself now. I feel great.
It was like last week. We were like, when Cryptopolis left.
Cryptopolis left. It's nice. But anyway, getting back to the conspiracy ROGEN files. Basically, there was a few different kind of conspiracies going around.
Right, so
well, actually, more than a few. There's
a lot of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Basically,
oh my God.
Conspiracy-focused internet sites claim that the official statement that the plane crashed into the Indian Ocean is a blatant cover-up. They note that a Boeing 777 does not have the structural integrity to survive a crashing into the ocean, and that it would be comparable to hitting a concrete wall at terminal velocity. So basically, they're saying like there should be thousands of pieces.
It would just crumble.
Yeah. So where are these thousands of pieces? Like, you would have at least found one of them. You know what I mean? And nothing was found. So that's one of them. The other one is the possibility of hijacking.
Oh.
So they could have hijacked. That's another one. Like maybe they got hijacked and they wanted money and something happened. Like in the 9/11, how they got hijacked and maybe they crashed and no one knows what happened. And then electronic hijacking.
What's electronic hijacking?
Well, it says electronic hijacking uses systems and programming already factory installed within the B777. So it's like computer programmed to make it crash.
To my knowledge, I don't know if does anyone know, a Boeing 777 is the biggest one, isn't it? It's like, or one of the, it's huge, isn't it?
The
I think so, but
it's one of the, it's a large one.
Oh yeah, for the
huge.
Boeings, for the
Boeings,
it's a big one.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, it could have been like the hackers, probably try to hack the. They could have hacked the computer system of the actual plane and did something with it, and maybe there was a ransom that we don't know about. Who knows?
Yeah.
And maybe that's one of the statements. Spoofed satellite data. We haven't really looked into this one, but it says technology writer Jeff Wise has developed a theory in which the aircraft's controls were taken over by hijackers from the electronics and equipment bay, accessible through a hatch in first-class cabin floor.
Oh god.
Wise theorizes that the intimate satellite pings were a deliberately laid false trails created by feeding the plane's satellite communication system false data, which in turn caused the system to make false frequency corrections.
I actually don't think this one's that far-fetched now that I've actually heard it.
Yeah.
It's, saying that it was somewhere but it was actually somewhere else, pretty much.
Yeah. So it could have been, that. The other one is a terrorist attack. So shortly after the aircraft disappeared, it was claimed that it may have been an act of terrorism, possibly a jihadist attack. Between 9 and 14 of March 2014, media mogul Rupert Murdoch tweeted that the Flight 370's disappearance confirms jihadists turning to make a trouble for China.
What, Rupert Murdoch tweeted this? Rupert Murdoch tweeted that Flight 370 just confirms jihadists. Oh my god, Rupert Murdoch. Jeez.
So these remarks have been confirmed and were characterized by conspiracy theories by Shiv Malik in The Guardian.
I mean, he owns Sky, man.
Yeah. The following month, the Russian newspaper... I can't even read what that says.
Where does it say? The following month, the Russian newspaper Moskovjij Komsomolets endorsed a similar theory, claiming
that unknown terrorists and hijacked the plane, flown into Afghanistan, and held the crew and passengers hostage.
Sorry if I completely butchered that.
Nah, that's okay. I would have butchered it.
I just did it quick just to get it bang.
So yeah, it could have been that. Who knows?
And then there's a North Korea one.
North Korea is a story circulated on Reddit that MH370 had sufficient fuel to be hijacked to North Korea and was done in 1969 with the Korean Airlines YS-11.
Oh, so the same thing was done in 1969.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
In late July 2015, in an article about MH370 conspiracy theories, the Independent Brief mentioned that he had received an email claiming that the US had authorized the plane to be shot down because he was allegedly carrying nuclear warhead to North Korea. Though the Independent...
Would you shoot something that had a nuclear warhead on it?
Yeah, that's a bit...
listen, I don't know. I know that might have to be detonated. I'm not... I don't...
Who knows, man? This is an interesting one. So, the acquisition of Freescale staff. So, apparently, a variety of social media posts and email chain letters claim that the patent 8671381 was approved days after the disappearance of the MH370, and the right to the patent was split 5 ways: 20% of Freescale Semiconductor and 20% each to 4 employees, all of whom were passengers on the plane. The patent deals with fabrication of integrated circuits on a semiconductor wafer. The urban myth website Snopes.com suggests that there is no evidence that the 4 investors listed on the patent application were on the aircraft passenger list, nor that they were entitled to the 20% share of the patent, and says it's unlikely that they share would revert to Freescale on their death, as presented in the email. So
because I don't understand that one, I'm going to say it's not.
Well, they're pretty much like saying like they had like there was a patent these guys had, and there was this
I've heard
semiconductors, like these technology that...
Before you keep going, I've heard the one that Alia said. Remember, Chris was saying it before. I've heard theories. Alia said, I've heard theories that normally there's an important person on the plane with certain info. And then that plane goes, whatever happens to it happens.
Yeah.
Some sort of person on it that's meant to be taken out or something. And
yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I've heard that one too.
So yeah, they're like important people that want to be taken out, basically. I'm not sure what this one is. Conspiracy.
There's a lot of
the Diego Garcia. Don't know what that means, man.
That seems like a bloke. So listen, there's so many. There's
so many.
There's one called the Phantom Cell Phone Theory. There's one crew suicide slash hijacking. Like
the Phantom Cell Phone Theory. Some have speculated that the passengers were still alive but could not answer their cell phones, sometimes known as the Phantom Cell Phone Theory. This based on early reports that family members on the Flight 370 passengers heard ringing as opposed to busy offside signal while calling the passengers' phones through this. Though this was after the plane disappeared. However, this was later challenged by Jeff Kagan, wireless analyst, who in an email to NBS News, explained that the network may still produce ringbacks as a search
For connection.
even if the cell phone had been destroyed. So,
See, that sounds like someone covering something up.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
That legit, that guy, what's his name? Jeff Kagan. That sounds like someone covering something up. Because I've never, listen, I'm no analyst like it's saying he is.
it could be.
But I've never heard that. That
No.
it keeps searching for a ringtone
No.
to search for a connection.
No.
Because when a phone's off,
It's off.
it doesn't
It's off.
ring.
It's
Yeah.
alright.
It goes straight to a message bank even.
That's right.
Doesn't ring. Are you telling me all these people didn't, one person didn't
That's
have a
right.
message bank or something?
And then you got the...
That's weird, that one, eh?
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
real weird one. And then you got the crew suicide hijacking. So they could have, the crew
Yeah.
might have wanted to do a suicide, and they hijacked the plane, and then.
But why is the reason?
Well, no, because they just wanted to commit suicide. There's no reason why.
But like a whole crew?
Maybe they just wanted to go out on the back.
Maybe they were, maybe they were, maybe they was Satanists or something. I don't know, but they were doing something.
Yeah, I mean, these are all like hypothetically.
yeah.
There's so many of them, guys.
Tell you what.
Go forever.
That one,
That one there.
it just sounds like he's covering something up.
Mm.
That phantom cell phone theory, that the phone thing, that ringback thing is, I never heard that before.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm no expert.
I like this one. The shoot down hypotheses. So, American political commentator Rush
What is that,
Lambar, according to CNN, speculated that the aircraft may have been shot down. Supporters of this theory have noted that civilian aircraft have been shot down by military forces in the past, with Iran Air Flight 655 by the United States in 1988 and KAL-007 by the Soviet Union in 1983 being two frequently cited examples. On March 19th, 2014, news agency reporter Scott Melritz of Associated Press described accidental shootdown as one of the 7 leading plausible theories, but added there was no evidence that Flight 370 was brought down by a government entity. So, a Malaysian defense official, blah blah blah, Abdul, said it was highly not possible that his country Air Force had shot down the plane. I mean, they're not going to say that, are they?
No,
They're not going to come out and say, "Oh, they shot down the plane," are they?
No way.
Do you know what I mean? So who
You
knows?
have to be a government.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. But the thing is, what's the motive behind
Well,
it?
that's like that.
Yeah.
That's like that thing with the Saudis at the moment. You know, they say he's accused of killing that reporter. He's not going to come out and go, "Yeah, I killed him," is he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's.
Well, all the rest of them are just like, yeah.
I'll tell you what. To me, I reckon this is.
There's so many.
No, this is probably.
No one knows.
This actual ROGEN Files is probably the most interesting one we've done because the sheer fact that we know it happened because we lived through it
Yeah.
and they haven't actually found anything
Yeah.
is trippy.
It's
Yeah.
trippy.
Like how? I mean, they found the Titanic. You know what I mean?
I reckon they
Like,
will
just
find
example,
it
like I'm saying,
eventually. I reckon they will find it eventually.
So does that lead into what you think happened to it? If they're going to find it,
Or maybe that doesn't.
because
Maybe
don't you
they
believe-
don't want it to be found.
What about on what that other guy
So-
said? He goes, if it hit the water, it should have blown up into pieces. How are they going to
Yeah,
find
it'd
it?
be shattered everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't know.
or a black box at least.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, but
of a
if
black
it's in
box?
the abyss, man.
Yeah,
and
I know,
how
I know.
much? If it's been crushed
They'll
by
probably
water
never find
pressure,
it. They'll probably never find it.
Even if
yeah,
they did, would they even say anything?
What
Yeah,
a black
like-
box just tells you it's where it's dotting to, isn't it? Like, isn't that the whole point of a black box? Really, it's like
there's
think so.
there's an American base at Exmouth, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it on the maps. It looks like a pentagram. Have you seen it?
No.
a Pentagon thing.
I have to show you on Google Maps, right?
Yeah.
And that's a station where they radio. It's all radio waves and stuff. And
Yeah.
they've got cameras, and they can see really far. Like their technology. It's an American base at Exmouth, WA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have seen that station. Would have seen that go
Oh.
into it. So, but they haven't said nothing.
Yeah, okay.
So it's very
Reborn.
interesting why they haven't said nothing.
Yeah.
Reborn. Before Chris keeps going, if you write in the chat that Ole got the sack,
We're going live.
please write it because I'll be live later as doing a Man United thing right now. Just we'll keep an eye on that and Chris keep going because he wrote big footy news and I saw a thing come up on my phone here but I didn't want to check it. Hey,
Anyway,
look, everyone's running. It's
all they out. What?
His question mark. It's turned into the Man United
It's
show.
turning to the Man United show.
All right, yeah, okay, keep going. I just saw that and I.
Anyway, so basically, yeah, there's a station. There's a
Gerard Villabas.
Oh.
That's sad for you, man. Not for me.
what was that? What was I saying?
Sorry, man. I cut you off. I got excited.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so basically there's a
You can see from
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
and
that-
they've
that
got
thing
these
can see.
they've got these crazy cameras
Yeah.
that can see like past the Earth's curvature.
Yeah.
Sorry, flat Earth people. But like, you know what I mean? So they would have seen.
How do they see past
They
it
would
if
have
it's
saw.
flat?
Definitely would have saw the MH370 go into the Indian
Oh, because
Ocean.
of where it's based.
Yeah, it's like right on the Indian Ocean. So why haven't they come back and said like, you know, like, you know what I mean?
It all seems too convenient.
Slippy G.
It does. It does.
That's
Yeah.
actually that's weird. Didn't know that one. So there's obviously that technology there that should have seen it. What was the guy that was in charge of it? Like, you know, like in Terminator 2 when he went to buy a coffee in the Liquid Man. Like, was he not on duty or something
Yeah.
at the time?
Yeah.
How did he miss it?
That's right.
That's weird. That makes it even more interesting.
It's very interesting, man. So it's one of those things, I guess.
That's weird, that one. And that other thing I said back to, that whole phone connection thing, that's
Look,
dodgy as.
We might never know in our lifetime what happened to these people, but imagine being those people on the plane, like,
Ah,
how scared would you be? You like, you know what I mean? Like, and then these people that, like, these families that just want closure to know,
Yeah.
they know they probably died, but they just want closure.
That's the
They
worst
can't
thing
ever get that.
about tragedies and that like that. Like even, you know, they say with serial killers, right? When they can't identify a body, that's the worst thing because the people don't get closure. These people are never going to have it because there's never going to be trace of those bodies. Unfortunately, it's impossible because even if they're in the water, they're gone now. Bones, everything will be gone. Like
That's
there's no. Unfortunately, they're never getting closure. Like even you know the remains. It's
what it is.
That's a sad thing.
It's a sad thing, and like, you know, I feel for the I feel for the families, but it is what it is, and
so
hopefully one day they do find something and they do get closure. So
definitely. So it leads into.
Yeah.
We'll go you first then.
okay.
Which one do you get? Oh no, because you know the thing is about.
Spinny wheel.
I reckon.
Do you know the thing about this one? This is why I said I think it's the best one we've done. Before you go, do you know why? Because I actually think one of them has to be true. You know, like how we were doing the moon last week. Yeah. There's all these theories that none of them might be true, but I actually think one of these has to be true.
I reckon.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually think one has to be true.
I reckon the one where like there's something really important on that in the cargo.
Yeah.
And these people that are on there, that patent, the patent thing.
Yeah.
I think there's something really
Do you know-
important. They had to die. They had to kill them off and then grab that plane and grab whatever was on it and take it.
Yeah, I believe.
And that's what they've done. And then they've got rid of the plane.
Yeah, I believe
That's
the
what I
one
think.
that they're saying, what's that? I can't remember which one it was, where they saying that they, for that thing not to have seen it, that base, I believe the one they're saying that,
They should have seen
no,
it.
it was actually somewhere else. And they've been saying it was, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was one of them, I can't remember which one it was.
The
Locations.
The GPS one.
Yeah. That one makes the most sense.
Yeah, same
because
with me.
that's why that map, that base wouldn't have seen it because it was probably actually, let's just say in Qatar or Afghanistan. It could have been parked somewhere and they were saying it was. And now they've gotten rid of it, so there's no evidence of
That's
it.
what I think. Because why can't they find just one little thing from it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then again, like,
I
what if
actually
it-
believe that one. I'm you know what? For the first time on a Rogan, I was going to say, I probably believe that conspiracy theory because that's.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
There's a lot of different. You can go either way, eh? Like,
Oh,
Yeah. The cyber attack one is pretty
yeah.
plausible too because they can.
They can
I don't
do
know
anything.
to the extent,
Yeah.
but that can you can easily. I'm
can do
assuming
anything.
take control to an extent of
Yeah.
all that. You know how everything's online, everything's accessible.
And they've got these people that
Not out of the room.
they've got these people, mate, that are hackers that hack into government, you know, supercomputers and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So
no, well, it's interesting, and I think it's going to be debated and talked about for a long time.
that's good to hear, Reborn, because you're actually over there. It's good telling us that. Well, Reborn reckons Steven Gerrard is the Villa boss now. So he's left Rangers and he's now the Aston Villa boss.
Right.
Reborn has said, and Reborn said he's in England. So he's actually said apparently Ole is waiting for the call after being sent on holiday yesterday.
Well, there you go. I don't know about soccer, but yeah, that's all
Steven
good.
Gerrard is arguably one of Liverpool's best ever players.
Oh,
And
right.
he's been coaching Rangers in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
He won them the title last year. And now he's coaching Aston Villa.
And there's
So he's going to go coach against Liverpool as a manager, pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh. Big news.
He's like one
you-
of their biggest legends.
Are you a big APL fan? You're like me.
I've only got time for Formula One, and that's it in terms of sports.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
love Daniel Ricciardo. You know
Anyway.
why? Do you know why I love him? Can I tell you before we keep going? Because he went on Top Gear and he got the fastest
Oh,
time
yeah, I remember
in the
that.
Star and the reasonably priced car.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's level playing field.
Yeah, it is.
And he got the best
Everyone's
time.
got- yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo's awesome.
Well, he went. Do you ever seen Top Gear?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
with
I
the
watched
Star
that,
and the reasonably priced car.
Yeah, yeah.
But they had one. I think it was the C''D for all the
yeah.
for the Formula One drivers.
Yeah.
And everyone was drilling him because in England going Lewis Hamilton's rah, and he beat his time and no one's ever beaten it.
Yeah.
And he got up to the crowd and goes
Oh,
to the
really?
guy that bagged him. It's the best.
Anyway, is there anything else you want to put into the ROGEN files? Like, what do you reckon?
I think the cyber attack one
The
is
cyber attack
is-
one sort of makes
is
sense too.
pretty
doesn't it?
realistic.
Yeah.
But then again, like with all the
Shoeies, Alan. Hey, Alec. We've got to get Alec. He
Yeah,
must know.
Shoeies.
But he must know about Formula One, man. Get him
he
on
made
here.
the
With,
shoe. He's pretty big.
must.
Didn't
get
he?
him on here with Lucas. He did. He did make
Yeah.
it big.
But yeah, I think the cyber attack one. But like with most of these, like, what's the reasoning behind the motive of
Yes.
Well, I'm saying maybe
taking
there was
control of this
something on the.
particular-
Maybe there was something on
Yeah.
the.
Or I like Alias. Like maybe there was a, let's call him a VIP on there that
Maybe.
Yeah,
that
it's
they were
crazy.
taking somewhere and got killed everyone else to make this guy be
So,
something.
look,
you know
it's-
what I mean? Like
look,
who knows?
At the end of the day, we're never going to find out. Only.
You know, like in Con Air when they're like
Yeah.
Cyrus the Virus.
Cyrus the
Yeah.
virus.
Yeah.
Maybe Cyrus the virus was in there.
Maybe there.
Cyrus
And
the
even if they
goddamn
did
virus.
find
You know, and
something
they're like, who's Cameron Poe? He's just a guy hitching
Cameron
a ride.
Poe.
He's just hitching a
He's
ride.
just alright. He's nobody. Cameron Poe.
He's the best.
I was going to say, even if we did find out at some point, like, let's be honest, it's not going to be the truth anyway.
Yeah,
It's
listen,
gonna
yeah,
be
I
a
agree.
invented, a
So,
twisted
It'll be
thing
fabricated story.
Yeah.
That's right. So
But-
if they come out and go, "Hey, we found the black box," yeah, right.
at the
Well,
bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I reckon every time I fly now, like, there's always in the back of my head, like, you know,
Yeah, when
just
I
get
went,
that
because I went in 2019, it was like a few months before COVID.
Yeah.
To the States.
Yeah.
And yeah, all this stuff was just going through. Because I haven't been on a plane at that point in it was like 11 years.
Yeah.
Because I even in Australia didn't fly anywhere during that time. I just was driving, but yeah, it'd been a long time, and I was just all these feelings were coming back, and I'm like,
Shit.
Because you see it and you're like, man, have this plane disappear and I'm on a
Yeah.
plane. You know.
well,
What I mean?
what if like this plane just disappears now? What am I going
But
to
the
do?
good thing is with those big international flights, half the time you forget you're even on a plane.
Oh,
Yeah,
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 because it's so
smooth.
big.
Yeah.
And
And you're
there's
just
hardly any
watching stuff.
turbulence.
Yeah,
Well, there is turbulence, but not like
not like a
not a small plane.
Dude,
Yeah.
going to America.
yeah.
Like by the time I've been to America and England. Like by the time you're halfway through it,
I know.
the only
Yeah.
you're just like. You
Not more
don't know
please.
you don't know what's going on. You're
Yeah.
just like you're done.
Just
bro.
get me
Like,
there. Just get me there.
Going to Greece was a massive.
You do. You're just done.
Yeah.
Like you're.
I was playing Super Nintendo.
Dude.
Last time I went to Greece, and I was playing Super Punch Out. Best game.
I was playing.
Best game.
I was playing stick cricket.
Oh, yeah.
And Jess was going to kill me. She goes, "You keep playing that game."
That's amazing.
Oh yeah. Look, it was Look, it has made me feel different about flying, but
Yeah.
I guess as the years roll on, you kind of forget. But
Yeah,
it is a
and they
big
do
thing.
say it's the safest.
And then you talk about the other plane that got shot down over
And it's
Ukraine.
Malaysian Airlines as
Yeah.
well. That's what
You
makes
know,
it.
that's even. I mean,
We'll
you
see.
never want to catch Malaysian Airlines ever
Well, see,
again.
that's what trips
Yeah.
me out again. They've said why that plane got shot down, right? But isn't it too coincidental
What was
that
the
it was
reason?
too?
I don't know.
Because it went over their flight path or something. Is that right?
Oh, like a
is that what?
no-fly
Well, that's
zone.
what they
I
said.
don't
Isn't
Why would
it?
you send a missile?
No, but isn't that what they said? That's what they're saying.
yeah, but you can still planes fly over
Yeah, I
there,
know.
man.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, isn't it
I'm
too
sure they do.
coincidental?
It's a
that
Malaysian
both-
airline.
Yeah, that it's a Malaysian
Yeah.
Airlines flight.
What
Yeah.
happened to the airline after? Anything happened to it? Are they still operating and everything as normal?
Yeah,
I
they're
think
operating,
so.
but I wouldn't be going with
No,
them.
no, but to say, so it's not like a coup to get them
They're like
Cheaper.
probably, they're like probably at the front,
Mate,
like
it's a big coup,
They're
man.
like-
You killed people.
That's what I mean. Like,
you know,
it's
like
crazy.
at like what's the flight center? You know where they sell your tickets. They're like got the Malaysian airline dude at
The
the front.
travel
going,
agent.
Please come on our flight. It's good. I promise.
Well, they're probably.
I promise it's good. Nothing bad has ever
I
happened.
wonder if their tickets went down.
That's my second moderator ever on my channel.
Evan Star, how you doing, man?
Another
Oh, no,
England,
we're gonna have to get rid
England
of-
resident.
England resident. Are you a Man United fan? We're just gonna have to get rid of this person that keeps
I don't think
spamming
you don't
us.
follow. Do you follow the footy up there, Blukey? I don't think she does.
Anyway,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
If you're new to us, please like, share, subscribe to HFD.
Subscribe.
Lucas is our. He's going to be.
He's our special guest.
He's going to be.
He's a regular.
Regular.
He's like part of the furniture.
Well, we tried to say we're going to have George and Lucas.
Yeah, more regularly.
Once a fortnight.
Of course.
Around that time frame.
Of course.
So
I reckon that's enough for. I reckon we're done for the night. What do you reckon? Do you want anything else put into this? Do you feel like this has got more to be said?
I'll tell you what. It is a good one.
It is. Yeah.
I'll have to have more people around and to ask
more
them.
opinions.
More
Yeah.
opinions will be good.
You know who I like? You know what you'd like to? Honestly, you'd like to talk to someone that's like really into aviation and stuff.
Yeah.
That knows. About it, because I mean,
there's a lot of technical
like,
analysis,
I don't
what the plane did and why did it do what it did, and
Yeah.
maybe it lost cabin pressure.
I'd like to get someone.
And everyone just fainted, and it just
That's
went
what
on
I mean.
order, and it just
Like
he
I was
turned
saying.
it by mistake.
Yeah.
You might get some conspiracy theorists on here that will say they were going to let out chemtrails and they shot it.
Who knows, man? Like, it's just a freak thing. So
Yeah.
and to be like only 7 years ago.
Who,
I know,
did
it's
those-
recent,
who
isn't
is doing those emotes? They're cool. Is that your moderator's got those emotes happening, man? They are cool.
Where are they from, Blue?
I don't know, but they're good.
All right. Well,
That was a good one, man.
that's a good one.
MH370.
Look, I didn't have
Listen,
heaps
again-
of time to research it,
No, it
but
doesn't
I
matter,
did
but-
what I could, guys.
Again, we've got to
So,
put it out there that we said,
There's more. I mean, I could have gone more in depth, but I didn't research. I
Yeah.
didn't have enough time to research it properly. But I just went onto like Wikipedia and a few other websites.
But
And
what I mean is, you've got to
dug
put it
out
out
what
there
I
that the people that you feel for are the families of those 200 and...
I feel for it, man,
80
and
people.
I really hope, as I
That's
said before,
ridiculous,
I hope they find closure one day. It's not fair that what happened.
Yeah.
Imagine you lose. You've been in that situation where you've lost someone.
Listen,
so
I
you know how it feels.
the Don knew them well. They were my cousin. He was my cousin,
Yeah.
the one, and like the family and that, and his dad is my dad's first cousin. And when it happened, it shook the family.
Yeah.
And that was just us. There was obviously other families on that plane. Like, it shook
Yeah.
the family.
Oh, no,
like,
it does.
It's a ripple effect.
yeah, like it was,
It affects so many people.
a plane crash thing. It was next level. Like, it was...
It is what and anyone that if you lose someone like that, it'd be the worst. And
Oh,
I reckon that would be one of the worst ways to go because you'd be
because you'd be pretty much watching it, wouldn't you?
watching
You're just
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'd be
you can't do anything.
it'd
So what we want is before we go tonight, we're gonna ask Lucas. You got to give us
There we go.
for your next, which hopefully will again be in a fortnight or so. You got to give us a topic,
A topic.
a topic.
either a
For
Rogan
next
Files,
week?
or the week after. I think every 2 weeks, Lucas and George will try. That's what George said. So unless Lucas comes, he can go, if he's to come on.
Well, when you say your
Either
topic, I'll say my
a
topic.
Rogan Files
Yeah.
or a topic. You got to give us one, man. A Rogan Files is a conspiracy or just a topic, and we'll get the top. We'll get it happening.
Yeah. I'll think of one and see. Because the thing with me is there's not many things I'm just shitloads about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I
Like, we know
that's what I'm
nothing
saying.
about this, and we just...
No, I know, but and then I'll think of some stuff but it's something that we can obviously all contribute to.
You just go either a topic or a Rogan file.
Yeah.
We like...
I'll come
We
up with
like...
something.
We've said it, don't we, big man? We like...
I mean,
we like everyone to input into the Rogan files. Like, I think next week Jimmy's going to try be here,
Yeah, hopefully.
and we're going to do the about the Port Arthur massacre, aren't we? That's
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
want to
the
talk
Rogan
about the
file.
Port Arthur
Yeah.
massacre.
But that was Jimmy's idea, so we're waiting for him.
Yeah.
So when he's on, that's where we want to talk about that one. That's another.
Yeah. And also, I want to talk Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
That's not. That's just a topic.
Yeah.
Do you like Dragon Ball Z?
I've never
Was that
seen
what you
it.
asked for, topic?
Oh yeah, but he hasn't seen it.
Oh, no, I went to it with you.
Yeah, that'll be
yeah,
me,
that's
you,
alright.
Johnny.
Yeah, I
There we
want to
go,
talk about
Ball
it.
Z.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Geo. F1 is definitely one of them.
DBZ
The other one-
podcast, see, there you go.
DBZ
Yeah, Reborn will be here
Reborn.
the second it goes live.
You'll see it when you see the thumbnail Reborn when it goes up. You see DBZ podcast, man. And
We'll definitely talk
you can
DBZ.
have a laugh with Johnny,
I'm actually,
Chris, and
actually
myself.
playing the game at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your son was telling me he was
Playing
like.
the Kakarot game's the best.
We did talk about that a little bit at the start.
Oh,
Lord of the Rings.
we can actually do that
Yeah.
a bit more.
Lord of the Rings,
There you
yes.
go. All right.
See, that's
We'll put
one I don't know in real depth, but it's just I could
Alright.
still talk about.
So all we'll
it,
do is
you know.
next Lucas appearance. one of the topics is Lord of the Rings. You've heard it here. There you
Well,
go.
I can speak
that.
about
Chris
Lord.
likes it. I like it.
like it.
We all love. I love Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah, we can talk
Even
about
Johnny said in the chat, well, he loves Lord of the Rings too. Like we all.
I didn't get into the prequels as much as
I like the Hobbits.
I didn't like. I mind them, but I didn't like them as much as the first
I-
movies.
Yeah.
Listen, they weren't as good as the originals,
No.
but it was because they tried to. I think they tried to get like the same, you know, like with what was his name, the king hop, like in the second one, the gnome dude. They tried to make him this, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I don't know, it just didn't
I can't
work.
remember the.
He
Yeah.
had the black beard, like black hair. And
Yeah,
he fought the big orc, but I just forget his name. Like
Yeah.
they tried to make him.
Yeah, no, we'll talk.
Whereas the characters of the first one had,
Yeah, I like the first one.
you know, they all. You know what?
Yeah,
Can
no,
I
it
tell you
was-
my favourite part about Lord of the Rings? I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you
Do you
right
want to
now.
say for the podcast?
No. Because I'll say it again. Then it's so funny. I love how they've all got these. There's Aragorn, Legolas, all these names, right? Gimli, and then Frodo's mate is just called Sam.
Yeah, I know. What is that?
I didn't even think
Sam.
of that.
It's like
Sam
Legolas, Aragorn, Gimli,
Then you got Pippin.
Sam.
and-
Pip and Mary, I think, are two of the best characters.
Yeah, I love them.
They're
Ever.
funny, eh?
You know that bit when he goes to him, he gives him that bar. He's like, "We just had breakfast," and he goes, "What about second breakfast?"
And he's actually
And
concerned.
he's like
what?
so serious. He's
Yeah.
like, "What about?" And he's like looking at him. Aragorn's looking at him like, "I'm about to stab you."
Yeah, I know.
He's the best. Those two
I know.
characters, the best.
Another topic that would be good to talk about. I don't know to what extent. with
Alan
you
likes
guys.
Verstappen, man.
Well, I hope
He works with Chris.
I hope he wins just for the sake of making the
That's
championship
Max, it's
exciting
Max,
and
isn't
takes
it?
to the end.
Max,
Yeah. But another topic is gaming, especially in recent years, and all the bullshit microtransactions.
We'll do that, Reborn 24-hour podcast. I like it.
24 hours.
We'll just take intervals. People do that to raise money.
Do they? Could do it.
You get donations and that. Like, they take
24
intervals. Like
hours.
someone comes in and fills in, the other guys leave, and like they take full intervals and that. Be a whole day.
No, that'd
The
be
Don,
crazy.
we'll get the Don just with his Stig hat. What we're going to do, his Stig hat is going to be, I said to George, it's just going to be, we'll just give him this green mask, so it just blends in. It's just whatever the background is, will be his
That'd be
mask.
so good.
That'll be his mask, just whatever
Just
the
see up to his
background is.
neck and that's it.
So it would just be either Galaxy
Yeah.
and HFD. Just, he's
Yeah,
our
that'd
Stig,
be
man.
awesome.
He's our Stig.
That'd be awesome, man.
It's going to be good.
But, yeah, 24 hours,
That'd be crazy. All right, so we know next time Lucas is coming, we'll do Lord of the Rings. It's going to
Yeah,
be one
Lord of the
topic.
Rings.
And hopefully we get Jimmy in that next week when we do the Port Arthur.
See how we go. If
In
everyone's
the Rogan
available.
Files.
If everyone's available. I want to do that challenge. We'll see how we go.
Hopefully. Well, we were saying Tuesday, but now we just remembered our show's on Tuesday. The
Ah,
Johnny
okay,
and
so we
KP show.
can't do it
We'll
then.
try. We'll sort something out.
Is that one
something.
going to be filmed here, or is it on the?
Chris is going to ring him. We're going to try either do it on location,
Probably on
live,
location,
or we
yeah.
might,
Yeah.
might record.
Cool.
Hopefully we go.
Hopefully we
live.
can do it live if we can get a good internet connection.
I'll just use my thing and turn this off of.
Yeah, if we get a good internet
Well,
connection.
we'll
then
connect
yeah.
to my phone and turn it off metered because it was unmetered connection the other
Mm.
and it should be fine.
What did you say? Christy's already falling asleep. Yeah.
1 hour
one
in.
hour in, I
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, I'm tired, man.
Do you know
I've been up
what?
since
Hey,
4:30.
listen, I'm with Amanda on that one. I think that is one of the best topics ever.
Which one?
Yeah.
Serial killers. I just watched the other night
Yep.
on Netflix about the Green River Killer. I knew about him. He's like he killed the most people out of American serial killers. And a serial killer one will be awesome.
You know what would be awesome as well?
Jess knows she loves it.
You know what would be awesome as well? To do Adelaide tunnel systems.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you
Or
know there was
Adelaide,
a-
an Adelaide,
Do you
Adelaide,
know-
Adelaide crazy
Do you know there was a
conspiracies.
serial killer
Yeah.
in Adelaide?
Yeah.
That'd be
There
There's
was
a
a
lot of
serial
crazy
killer
stuff
in
happens in
Adelaide.
Adelaide, man.
Do you know what he was doing? This was in the 80s or not? Do you know what he was doing?
What was he doing?
He was killing people.
Yeah.
He was leaving the bodies at the police station on Main North Road at the front in the bushes.
Yeah.
And then he was ringing the cops and saying, there's something at the front. And they were finding the bodies. And I think it was in that late 80s, early. And he was a serial killer in Adelaide. And that's
Wow.
what he was doing. Because that's what serial killers do. They're like...
Yeah,
ringing
yeah.
up and
Well,
and
yeah.
he was ringing up and saying, I saw something in the... But
Yeah.
it was him. And he was
Well,
in Adelaide, mate.
Yeah, I know. A lot of stuff's happening every year.
Million, back
and
then it was probably
there's-
only 900,000 people population.
There's probably a lot. There's a lot to talk about
Yeah,
Adelaide
of course.
stuff. So
Yeah,
we'll
there
probably
is.
delve into that as well. But
That'd be cool.
We can get that, unsolved mysteries, dude. If we do crime stories,
the unsolved
the
mysteries of
unsolved
Adelaide.
mysteries of HFD. You know that old guy who just did that voice? It was like the
Yeah,
best, man.
But I reckon
wraps it up, eh?
we'll wrap it up there, guys. Any questions before we leave?
Before we go, guys,
anything you want to ask us before we leave, guys? It's open further for like 5 minutes.
That's it. Another 5 minutes, and we'll sit here and shoot the breeze. If there's any questions,
We've been going for a while, so
we have been. This has probably been our longest podcast, hasn't it?
yeah.
2:34.
Sorry.
We like it. Don't say sorry.
Star Wars just went. Star Wars is
could go
a
like a
topic
whole
that can go forever. You know?
Well,
Yeah.
George was throwing spears at people. So
He's funny. I love how passionate he is. For
How
it.
passionate is he?
Yeah.
see, like I said, people. A lot of people don't know how much I actually know about Star Wars
You do.
because I don't. I love it. Like it's just not.
It's not as
yeah.
not as out there with it.
I just don't get.
I used to watch Crime Stoppers as a kid.
Oh, yeah,
Crime
that's
Stoppers
right.
was killer.
Yeah,
Do you guys remember the show The Extraordinary?
Yeah, that's
Do you
right.
remember that?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And they
Do
used to
that
have
again.
like all these weird
Yeah.
ghost stories. And
That's
there
the
was
best.
one with a mansion in North Adelaide, and the
Oh, really?
place was
Yeah,
haunted.
yeah.
They go in the house and they
you
set up
know-
a camera at night
Can I
time. And all
tell
this
you?
crazy
Do
shit.
you know what
happens.
show was hilarious?
What?
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Ripley.
Yeah, that was good
It
too.
was just funny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, believe it or not, this man has fingernails that are 17 kilometers long.
Yeah.
And he's like holding them in a bag.
Yeah, Ripley's Believe It or Not.
I remember that.
All right,
It's
guys.
just you probably remember Jackass drinking the beers.
Jackass is
That was-
wild.
Yeah.
The new movie's coming out.
Oh, that's right.
Some
Yeah.
people hate it, some people love it.
Jackass the best.
It's up to
Listen.
you have to like that kind of stuff to enjoy it. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else left, we'll
That was it, yeah.
love you and leave you, I guess.
It was great having everyone who watched. It was excellent. Ghost Story is a good one.
Yeah, Ghost
It's a good one.
Stories.
And everyone, if there's been some new people that have subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't, please do so.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe,
Reborn,
guys.
thanks for coming in and giving us some live news as we were live. That was good. We had
Yeah, that was cool.
breaking stories from Reborn,
I know.
which was.
Reborn. We hope the weather's good over there in England.
I think
hope
I think it is.
I'm not
too bad,
sure
but,
what's going on, but
Reborn, we'll see you. Alan as well. Maybe we'll see you on Tuesday night for the Johnny and KP show.
Gio just sent us some hearts, so thanks, Gio. I'm just
He's a nice guy.
you're a nice
isn't
guy, Gio. I'm just warming up your headset over here.
he? Amanda sent us
Sending
some
you.
through as well.
But yeah, guys, we'll be back. Oh, Jimmy
Hey,
T.
Jimmy's
T's
right
back.
on. CC Challenges needs a Ripley's Believe It or Not episode.
It does.
Believe it or not, this man ate the burger that was as tall as the Empire State Building.
Actually, you don't want to say something now that Jimmy, because I haven't met Jimmy before.
You ever met Jimmy?
No.
He's a crazy guy.
But I must say, I'm quite proud of at the start of how anti-chili he was.
Oh, he is.
And it's just
Yeah,
over
yeah.
time.
Oh,
it's
he's
just
gotten better, hasn't he?
Listen,
yeah, it's so
Do you know,
funny to watch.
every
I
time we get... The other day we had the cheesy challenge. The pizza wasn't even chili, and Jim's looking at it, and he's like, I show you, he's like, he looks at Chris, and he's like, can I eat it? And we're like, yeah, man, just... But he actually can put up with chili now.
It's
Before,
good.
he couldn't
It's really
handle
cool.
nothing. But he's actually, yeah.
Yeah, and because at the start it was just
Adios,
like
Evan
so...
Star. Like we said, please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for coming in. Hope to see you again.
Adios, my darlings. There you go.
Yeah, well, that's one of Lucas's moderators.
Up from England as well.
Oh,
That's-
England.
that's cool.
We love England.
I think outside of Australia, I think England is my next biggest.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
fair
okay.
enough, Yep.
I think. Just
It's
from
probably it's good
everything.
over there if you're going. The time frame probably sits
Sitting
with
in their
their.
mornings.
Yeah, in their mornings.
usually.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
Jimmy-
been. I've never been to England, so place I love
I've
to
been
go.
there. I've been there.
Been there for 5 days.
5 days.
I've been there.
More than me.
But, I actually do agree with what Lucas said before we leave. Jimmy has come a long way with
It
it.
does.
Jimmy
it's
has.
cool to
Even
see because-
even Johnny has. Even I
Jess
have.
has sent the heart
I'm
through
telling
too.
you.
What a champion.
This
Yeah.
guy's just a natural at talking, right? But me, like, I've come a long way. I reckon. Like, if you saw
But
someone.
yeah,
Listen,
I've
some
seen,
of the-
I've seen every single one now.
Yeah, and then like Johnny's come a long way as well.
Listen,
It's just that we weren't
I always used to get,
natural, you know. When you're not natural, you just got to work on it.
I always
You
used to
do,
get
man.
into trouble for talking too much.
Yeah.
My dad used to tell me I could talk underwater with a mouthful of marbles. That's what he used to say to me.
And now you're a
Right?
podcaster.
No, but then I said, well, we'll just use it to our advantage, eh? People always telling me off for it. I'll make something of it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's
You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's
So-
it. Anyway, we'll put the subscribe button up.
Hashtag SOTMods, yeah, we'll put that up.
Put that up.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
that-
give it
yeah,
a...
We'll
Reborn
shoot it up.
and-
There we go. Subscribe.
Is Reborn one of your...
moderators the
as well,
same
yeah.
with Even Star.
Cool.
Make sure you
Shoot
subscribe,
us.
guys.
Jess is getting in on the...
And
the
Ginger's
little...
too, actually. She's a mod. Yeah, all the English are mod.
Jess, how'd you do them? She's getting in on all the
They look
little...
like NFTs.
That's killer, man. That's like us
Oh.
getting our first super chat, these things.
And guys, we'll get back into like more crypto stuff as well.
Yeah, we'll do... There'll
We'll
definitely
do
be more...
more extensive,
Another
more
crypto
comprehensive
episode,
one.
yeah. We'll have
soon.
Chris's sister back on talking
we'll have
about
her
it.
in
And
a
we'll
couple.
try to have Johnny here as well, because Johnny is into it.
Knows a lot about crypto
He's
as well.
into
So
it now as well, so
get him onto the show.
we'll try to get Johnny in for that one as well. Hopefully he can.
But yeah,
do what's
guys,
up.
thanks for watching.
It's real good, Lucas. Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me again. It's
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
an
oh, yeah.
awesome night.
So-
We can't wait to have you back, and good luck with YouTube and Twitch and everything that you're doing.
So-
and
Thank you, man.
HFD have got your back.
Thank
That's
you very
it, man.
much.
We're gonna have
We'll
to
be,
do, what we're gonna
promoting
have to
it,
do
don't
a collab on YouTube one day,
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
like game together
We'll
or something.
definitely
That'd
game
be the
together
best,
on there.
man. That'd
Yeah,
be killer.
because we
That'd be a lot
want
of fun.
Yeah.
and we've got our Twitch now all set up. We've actually
But
I've
I
actually
actually wanna-
streamed on
But I
on
actually
YouTube
want
before.
to. I actually want to go. I want to start streaming games on
Yeah,
our, on
what
our
you
YouTube.
you play YouTube,
Yeah.
you play. So why not
So that's
stream
what
it?
I want to start doing it on our YouTube. So
Well, I
Lucas
was-
says he wants to start his thing, we'll do it.
I was thinking about streaming the Dragon Ball Z game from the start
Oh,
and like did
man.
the story with everyone
That'd be the
Yeah.
best, bro.
because it goes for so long. It goes for each
Yeah.
saga.
Yeah?
It goes from the Saiyan saga to the Frieza, and then goes Cell saga, the Android Cell, Boo, and then it finishes at
Do you
the Boo
reckon I'm
series.
allowed to get a Commodore 64 and stream Labyrinth?
Yeah, of course.
That's the best, man.
Isn't that like
I got stuck in the bog of
isn't that
eternal
like
stench.
isn't that like buying Safe Moon?
It was. I got stuck in the bog of eternal stench back when I was 11. So,
Commodore 64s. I remember them at
Possible
school.
Mission is what I used to play on there.
hey.
On the C64
Oh, that was
Possible Mission.
the best, man. We used to
Yeah,
play,
Reborn loves it.
dude, we used to play the old California games.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
the Velodrome used to sit there with the joint and go,
Spare, yeah.
oh, it was the best. And Hacky Sack used
Hacky
to kick.
sack.
It was so
remember
good.
that.
Oh, you know what else I can't wait for? Watch-alongs.
Watch on. We're going to do, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
again, reborn
Watch
you into that. We're going to do, it's obviously, it'll be good time for you. We're going to start doing watch-alongs with
Oh, we should,
EPL and Australian rules football here.
we should do Star Wars watch-along, and I'll watch that ones that I've never watched before, and you
my
guys
God.
I was
like...
going to say, actually, I meant to ask you guys the
Should
other
we do
time.
that? We've got to do
Have you
that.
guys ever considered doing like reaction videos?
Yeah, we've got to do it.
Like,
yeah, we
Yeah, we want to do reaction
They're
videos.
pretty popular.
They're pretty
and it's
popular,
cool
yeah,
to
yeah.
see people's reactions, especially for things they haven't seen
All right.
before.
Yeah.
Reborn has said, before you go, favourite DBZ character?
Favourite?
Krillin?
I have to go Vegeta.
You like Vegeta?
Yeah, I like Vegeta because he's just so like...
He's so lame?
He's so like nasty, like...
Yeah, he is.
But he's good at the same time, and he's a badass, man.
I love...
And
Listen, you got to love Goku.
everyone loves Goku, but
No,
that's,
but
like
I'm
the,
just saying-
that's like the normal
The
answer.
villain.
I'm saying you
Yeah.
got to love him. You got to love Goku, but I like some of the villains. Like I thought Cell was amazing,
Cell was cool.
and what's his name? The other one, Majin Buu. You know how he was
The fat Majin Buu or the
fat one
or
was
the kid Buu?
the Kid Buu.
Oh, yeah,
Kid
Kid
Buu
Buu.
was hilarious, just because he was funny.
CGO.
CGO,
Got a cruise, guys. Now, no worries, man. Yes, Vegeta.
Vegeta.
You know what was my favorite thing, man? I didn't realize this as a kid, but when Goku was holding a Kamehameha for like 17 episodes,
yeah. No, that wasn't
the
a
spirit
command. That
bomb,
was a spirit bomb.
So
Spirit bomb.
he was holding a spirit bomb for like 3
2
seasons.
seconds. Yeah, he was. It's
And
like, why is the Frieza attacking
Yeah,
him?
just hit him, punch him, bro.
A bit longer.
Just he's
Give
like
me
this,
your energy.
give me. He goes just a bit longer.
Vegeta saying Vegeta as well.
Everyone loves Vegeta.
Vegeta's the best.
Listen,
You know why? Because he gets with Bulma. Everyone wants to
Listen.
get with Bulma.
anyone that's watched our videos, if you've seen Professor X on the videos, his nickname is actually Krillin. So go back and look for Professor X. Johnny G nicknamed him Krillin about 25 years
looks like
ago.
Krillin.
Yeah, because he looks like Krillin. So, on that note, guys,
Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, guys.
It was lovely to have
Gio-
everyone
Thanks
here.
a lot, Gio. Thanks
Thanks
a
for
lot,
watching.
Lucas.
Thank
And we'll
you.
see you on the next HFD episode
Oh.
of HFD.
or HFD, it could be anything. Podcast, hit or miss, anything in there.
Anything you want, guys. So
That's
make
it.
sure you check us out on all our social media platforms in the description below. Check out our merch, guys. Buy
That's
some
right, man.
t-shirts.
That's it.
Help us out.
That's it.
Yeah. We'll
Thanks,
see you next
guys.
time, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Peace out.